What's up, and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 499, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 67-62 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carrabis, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Produced by Jake Yazzie. Fuck yeah. I wish I could fuck yeah you right back today, Jake. I wish I could do it. Can't do it. This is people were like, oh man, I can't wait to see how Section 10 brings the vibes up for us. We're so down right now, but they're gonna bring us back up. Nope.
I want to die.
No, we're not. I don't know why you put that on us. No, we're not. I'm not doing that.
I might ask for you to be suspended. I texted you what to do at the top of the show. You didn't do it. That's where the vibe should be.
I know. I know what you did, and I thought it was a great idea. But I feel like we're not there yet.
No, I know. That's a warning shot, like a tornado siren of sorts.
Yeah, I would agree. Like it's in a similar vein. I mean, listen. Last time that at least I'm sure there's been another one since then, but the last 5-game series I can recall, Red Sox lost all 5. That was terrible. That was in 2006.
Couldn't have been worse.
Yep, the Boston Massacre against the Yankees. We get a big 5-game set coming up against the Toronto Blue Jays. Our guy Connor is out there enjoying I believe it's a bachelor party. He's the one that does the notes for the Stop and Shop look ahead. And he hit me up. He was like, hey, I'm at a bachelor party. Can't do the notes this week. And I was like, perfect time. It's a 5-game series. It's like fucking awesome, man.
They've already shaken up the rotation too. So
yeah, I mean, who knows what could happen. So I'm going to do my best with the Stop and Shop. Call it.
The Red Sox lost this weekend. We didn't. I think we start with better vibes. We went out there, put up a quick 9-7 win over Louisville.
We are 1-0 this week. Yep.
That's true. That's true.
I didn't win. I actually lost that day as well.
You
did. Tyler lost. We won.
But you can be a winner if you use the Underdog Fantasy app.
That's true.
Yeah. You can be a winner, and you should be a winner, and you probably will be a winner. Because the MLB season's in full swing and Underdog Fantasy wants to make it a lot more interesting. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball or mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. And here's the deal, guys. Football season is it's back. It's returned. It's upon us. And Underdog has been great to us. And we are a big part of the Underdog family, although we are a baseball podcast. Some would say we're not even that, but some would say we're a baseball podcast. But since, football is king in sports in America, we would greatly encourage you, if you are going to be sprinkling some scratch on some football, please do it with Underdog. It helps us a ton. It's how we feed Tyler.
I'm starving.
Yep. So, I mean, if you're on the couch on Saturday watching college football, or on Sunday, or on Monday, or on Thursday, whatever the fucking nights the NFL now owns,
all of them.
Yeah.
Download the Underdog Fantasy app, make an account, use the promo code Jared, because that's how they track it, and then they get everything going back to us, being like, hey, wow, Section 10 really helping out the dog. Like that's what we need. So we very much appreciate any support that you can throw to the show by simply just downloading the Underdog Fantasy app and signing up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Through the first couple weeks here for the return of football, we're going to be hammering that promo code. We're going to be hammering it to the point where we've got the promo siren. Just as a reminder to help you guys take your phones out, download the Underdog Fantasy app, and sign up with the promo code Jared. That's Jared. Just for the next couple weeks here, we're going to be hammering that promo siren. What does it sound like, Tyler? That's not. Nope.
Is that
that's,
a cat?
Nope. Yep. That's not what it sounds like at all.
Can I hear it from you? Fucking
Wow,
nailed
Jared,
it, dude.
that's just what it.
I
Oh
nailed
my
it.
That's
god!
just not even. That's
Jared's
not even
doing
close.
that with his mouth, by the way. That
No.
was impressive, dude.
No,
Yep.
are you serious? Lying to the people.
What?
I did a perfect impression and you're taking it away from me.
He certainly didn't.
You went.
No,
"Ah!"
it's not. You're
If
like,
I put a cat in like a wood chipper, that was the impression you did.
right.
If you had to
That
alert
sucked.
people to a natural disaster, that's the kind of sound you need.
No. Anyways, the Red Sox got swept.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Again,
what
you're
this weekend.
skipping right over our victory over
No,
Luminati
I'm
and
not.
Jonathan
I'm literally like
Papelbon.
that's all I'm going to say about the series. I'm getting that out of the way so we can talk about the old time baseball game.
Okay.
Red Sox
All right.
got swept. Jake, that's the series recap.
Red Sox lose
Um,
7-5.
Old time baseball game was Thursday night at St. Peter's Field in Cambridge. Section 10 boys were there. Lou Merlone was there. Who else?
Pap.
Oh yeah, Jonathan Papelbon was there.
Right.
Millsy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Owsley.
Pap was there.
Petey.
He's doing a great job kayfabing over the last few days. Like I'm like borderline convinced he actually does hate me for some reason. I don't know.
All of us, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know where that started or why, but he was.
I bow to him.
Yeah, I feel like we're a very pro Pap show, and he's like, I'm going to drill everybody that
Yeah,
has
he's like
anything
those
to do with
fucking
that show.
Section 10 guys. Fuck them. And then even after he hit me, he was on the broadcast yesterday saying he wanted to hit me again.
I couldn't tell if he was like serious or not when he was mentioning like, oh, we're not friends. I'm like, wait, was he kind of serious there a little bit?
And then he
Maybe.
doubled down on it on the pregame show today. He was like, I was like, we're pals. He's like, we're not pals. He's like, we're colleagues, I guess.
I've heard of you, yeah.
If he hated you, though, he probably would have hit you in a worse spot. I felt like he did it to you in the least worst way possible.
I mean, no spot fit. Put it this way. I mean, you guys were there. No velocity was spared. He hit me with
No, he was throwing
every
hard.
ounce of fastball that he had left in his arm. There was nothing like, I'm just going to get it there. Like if there was a radar gun there, I would imagine the pitch that he hit me with was the fastest pitch that he threw in that outing.
If not, it was the first pitch he threw to you. There was a noticeable uptick in pitches between, what were you, the third batter of the inning?
Yeah.
Yeah, between the first two and you. There was for sure a noticeable uptick in the old heater.
Yeah. So the backstory here is like we did Unobstructed Views together for the first time. And I think it came up the idea of facing each other. And I was like, if I face you, I could probably get a knock. And he said, well, no, you wouldn't because I would just drill you. And I was like, well, you're just confirming that you think I can pretty much. I mean, if you're going to take the bat out of my hand and hit me, then that means that you're afraid to face me. And then, he's still saying that he's going to hit me. Dallas Braden is encouraging Jonathan Papelbon to hit me.
Well, yeah.
He shows up at the field and people that were with him were like, honestly, I think he is going to hit you. And so then I went up to him probably in like the 6th or 7th inning. And I went to somebody in the shed and I was like, are you going to hit me? And he was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
He'd been warming up for like 3 innings too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like he didn't show
I
up
was like,
with
when
nothing.
is this guy coming in? When is he
Yeah.
getting in this game?
Yeah, I was like, all right. Sounds good. So I walked away from it thinking he's definitely trying to psych me out. I didn't fully believe that he was going to. So then I get in the box, prepared to bail. Like first pitch, I'm prepared to bail out, but I was taken all the way. and he threw a fastball right down the middle. Like, could not be more middle. So I was like, okay, like he was fucking with me. And if you watch the video, in Steve's video where I almost killed him, you can't see it, but my sister took a video from the bleachers where you can see like the second pitch, my leg kick goes up and I'm stepping towards the mound. Like I'm fully geared up, ready to swing. So that's why it hit me right in the side. Like I didn't turn away. It just got me right in the side and I stepped into it. And he said he grazed me. That's factually incorrect. He got me square in the fucking side. But as I was saying, I was just glad, like, I didn't want him to hit bone. Like, don't break anything to the point where, like, I can't go to the gym for 8 weeks because I'm nursing a broken rib or a fucking broken wrist or hand or something like that. But yeah, he got me in the stomach and then I almost killed Steve by an accident. I blacked out because I wasn't mad that he hit me. I think I was more mad that I trusted him and he betrayed me. Like he baited me. He threw me a strike right down the middle to make me think he was going to pitch to me. So I wasn't in bailout mode anymore. I was like, all right, I'm going to fucking swing up here. And then he fucking lit me up.
I was kind of pissed after the first pitch because I'm like, oh man, I kind of wanted him to plunk you for the content. I'm always rooting for the video. And then you get hit. People in the comments saying like the camera work wasn't great. I think you're right. I didn't keep up with the ball. He threw it harder than I thought he was going to throw it. So like I didn't even like catch you getting hit. I got the tail end of it. And you launched the bat, dude. Like you launched that bat.
I texted you after and apologized because I didn't realize that I actually hit you with the bat because I did black out. I was mad. Not at Pap, not that he hit me. I was like mad at myself that I believed him that he was going to pitch to me. I was like, you fucking dumbass. Like to myself. That's why I threw the bat. I was like, I can't fucking believe that I thought he was going to actually pitch to me.
I couldn't have been more clear with you for the month leading up to this that he was going to hit you.
Then hit me on the first pitch.
Yeah, it should have been first pitch. I don't like second pitch. I don't really love that.
That's how people get hurt too. Because now I'm like trusting you. Like now,
that's how I got hurt. I had a lump on my leg. Yeah, because he threw it second pitch. You weren't ready for it, and you should have.
I wasn't ready for it.
This is going to sound weird until I get to the end of the sentence. Happy Steve got hit because the alternative was a small child and still in the hospital.
Yeah. Steve Buckley, shout out to Steve Buckley, by the way, obviously for, organizing the whole event, but he moved this kid out of the way at the last second from maybe getting hit in the face by the bat. But not even blaming you. I mean, that's heat of the moment type of thing. And again, he got you off guard because it was the second pitch.
Yeah.
It was like, okay,
that's shiesty.
I don't think it's happening. And then in his mind, he's like, okay, he's not expecting this. I'm going to hit him right now. So.
But you don't need to do that. Like, I wouldn't have gotten out of the way of the first one either. It's just like, it would have gotten me in the back or the ass or something instead of the fucking stomach where it did get me. Like my main takeaways were, I did that commercial with Poppy in 2021 where I was pitching to him, quote unquote pitching to him. He wasn't actually hitting, but so like I've been able to stand on the mound and look in the batter's box and see David Ortiz getting ready to hit. And I've also stood in the batter's box and been able to look out onto the mound and see Jonathan Papelbon like in his Papelbon thing that he does.
That was the first thing you said.
Pitch. Yeah, that was the coolest thing. I was like, getting in there, I was like, I recognize that motion very well, that stoic pose when he's looking in for the sign and when he sets up and the delivery and the whole 9 yards. I was like, I've seen this hundreds, if not thousands of times. So getting that angle is very cool. Getting hit by it, not very cool. Not cool at all. Didn't feel great. But a great night for Boston House. Shout out to Steve Buckley for raising the funds. But yeah, it was just a bizarre experience to first of all have it happen and then the next day talk about it. It was like the lead topic on MLB Network. And then the next day they're talking about it during the Red Sox broadcast in the Nesson booth. and then I was able to join to talk about it. It was very, very strange, very, very strange life to live. I think, to just being a fucking podcaster and getting hit by a pitch that ends up where it ends up in terms of conversation. I don't know. Very strange.
Hey, a lot more entertaining than this series. So the timing of it was pretty good.
Were you furious you didn't just like grip it and rip it on that first pitch after knowing you got hit? Because I think he actually would have fist fought you if you like laced a double.
He almost killed the kid who didn't turn the double play. He started walking out towards second base and had a conversation with him.
Yeah, he's a wild card. I was preparing to get hit on the first pitch, so that's why I didn't swing, and I just wanted to see it too. Like, I just want to see it. But yeah, I trusted him after the first one. I was like, all right, if you're gonna pitch to me, I'm gonna fucking swing, dude. So, and the other thing about Papelbon in his career is he didn't walk guys. So if I, in my mind, had this understanding of he's not gonna hit me, then I'm thinking, oh, like he's just gonna throw strikes. Like he's gonna probably because I asked him before the game, I was like, are you gonna mix in a splitter or what? Like, are you just throwing fastballs? He's like, why would I need to mix in a splitter? He's like, I can get you out with just fastballs. And I was like, all right, perfect. That's exactly how I want you to think. Like, if you're just gonna throw me fastballs, like get me over fastballs, then there's a chance you can just run into one if you time it good enough.
Well, Tyler, there actually was a double play turned. The one that he was upset about was a dribbler where the third baseman is charging the ball. It's complete no man's land for where that ball is. And Pap is like actually giving him shit. That kid came up to me after the game and was like, yo, love that you guys are here. Love Section 10 and all that. By the way, Papelbon was like really like giving me shit for not like making that play. And he was telling me like, why weren't you in? It's like, I'm not going to be in. Like, you're throwing hard. I'm going to get killed if this guy lines the ball down the third baseline. But no, he was locked in. I love that he was doing the Pap stuff, doing the look in and all that. And I'm just glad that he got in there. I think the flight was late or something, so he didn't show up till the 5th or 6th inning.
It built the drama and suspense, though.
It did. And then he was like, is he warming up? Where is he? He's here, but like no one can kind of see him.
Yeah.
You didn't know when he was coming in, so when he came in, it got like weirdly quiet. Do you remember that?
People were scared for my life.
It got eerily quiet when Papelbon was pitching. Everyone was like, we don't know how this is going to go.
Coming in, like as he's walking out to the field, you got a little bit of it all.
The actual inning was like silent. It was crazy.
There were multiple adults who came up to Jared like, please be safe up there. Like, if this is the last time I get to talk to you, I just want to say it was an honor and a pleasure. Like, multiple. It was just like, I know he's gonna hit him, but is he gonna like shoot him too? Like what?
Yeah.
like Jared's not a frail young man. Like, I think
I wasn't
okay.
convinced when that little like at the mound thing happened that there wasn't gonna be a little something, little altercation.
Well, Coley said you should have nut tapped him, and I was like, yeah, that was probably the move. Because I mean, like the thing is, could I have done something out there? Yes, but then he obviously could just ragdoll me. So like, I don't need. I don't need to get hit, and I don't need the fucking the Kevin Youkilis, Rick Porcello situation where you get hit, you run out there, and then you get tossed again. Like, I don't need that. I don't know. But I had to obviously go out there and say something. But at the end of the day, there were multiple people. Like Tyler was even like, "Are you nervous?" I was like, "No, dude." I was like, I feel like. I was like, out of everything that I've done in my life, I feel like I've done so many things to where like I just don't get nervous for many things, if anything, anymore. Like, I've done it all. Like, I've experienced it all. So the worst thing that's going to happen is he's going to hit me with a ball. It's going to sting for a little bit, and that's about it. But I mean, the moment of like getting up there in front of people and like, no, There was no nerves. And then our manager came up and he was like, man, so like, have you picked out like a plot? Like, are you, he's like, you have like, you're 35, you have a will and everything, right? Like, that's all in there. So that was the only time I was like, oh man, like I wasn't nervous or afraid for me until other people were afraid for me.
It was like in a movie when you know the character's going to die, but he has that level of peace where he's like, hey, we're going to be all right. Everything's going to work itself out. I've done what I had to do in life. And then he goes out and you never see him again. That's what it felt like. That's where you were at that time.
Yeah, but I think I just had that trust of I don't know if he's going to hit me, but we'll find out on that first pitch. And B, if he does hit me, I have trust that he's not gonna like hit me in the fucking head or the face. Like as a kid growing up, getting hit was probably my greatest fear because I was 110 pounds and you hit me with a baseball and you could end my life really. I also got hit in the fucking head on the mound with a comebacker. So
those are tough.
Yeah, like I like getting hit I was deathly afraid of it. It was probably my biggest childhood fear. But I'm juicier now, for one.
Hey, big
and
fatso,
B,
Yeah, fatness.
I'm a
Tubs.
fat fucking fatty tits for one. And
You're so fat now.
and
yeah.
two, back then it's like, all right, I'm gonna get hit by a kid that just doesn't know where it's going. If I'm gonna get hit by Jonathan Papelbon, he's gonna put it exactly where he wants it to go. And I would like to think that's not gonna be my head or my face. And it wasn't.
No.
So
No, right in the gut.
right in the gut, right in the fat, right in the fucking fat. Steve?
I do got to say real quick, justice for Jake. That strike 3 call
Oh,
was just
boned.
Dog
garbage. Absolutely
shit.
screwed. I thought Jake worked the count really well. We all worked the count pretty well, honestly.
I
but Jake, that should not have been strike 3, and I feel bad for you, brother.
I
It
did
was
not
tough.
work the count.
That's accountability. I like that, Coley.
I was gonna throw you in there, Cole. I'm like, hey, we all worked the count. Screw it. Who cares?
I contributed runs to the game. Everyone's
You
saying
got an
that.
RBI, right?
Yeah.
There you
But
go.
I did not work the count in the slightest. I went up there, like, that's the first baseball game I've played in since I was 18. So, like, a literal lifetime ago. And so I'm like, they know me. They got 2 strikes. They're going to waste the pitch. And in reality, they were like, this fat fucking idiot. I'm throwing him 3 strikes and he's going to go sit down. And that's exactly what happened.
It was tough.
We didn't have a hit as a unit.
No.
You thought I did for a minute. That was cool. When I saw you after
didn't
the game.
actually believe it. I was looking at other people for their reactions, but they were kind of going along with it. So I was like, all right, maybe. But yeah, Jake, I would say got boned. But as a unit, we were 0 for 4 strikeouts and an HBP.
And an RBI for Coley.
Yeah.
Foul tip into the catcher's mitt.
Were you guys nervous at all? Like I know, Jared, we mentioned the Papelbon thing's on its own level, obviously, but I wasn't nervous up there. Were you guys nervous at all? Taking an AB? You were a little, Tyler?
I felt it. I wasn't at all really throughout the game, except for when there was the little like inning or two where I thought I was going to have to face Pap too. I was like, holy shit, that's just like a ridiculous like moment for like childhood me. But I didn't feel anything until I was on deck. And then when I came to the plate, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I forgot how good it actually feels. It was like a fun nervous. I was like, damn, I wish I could do this more often. It brought you back to like childhood.
I've been saying it for a long time, but you can't replace playing baseball. You just can't. Like, pick up hoop, you got street hockey, and anyone says the softball league, like a beer league, like, nah, not really. It's not the same thing. Stepping into the box and facing like real pitching was so much fun. Like, I wanted that count to be like 8-7 count. I'm like, can we just fucking keep going? Like, this is so much fun. And they have the environment there at St. Peter's Field it's very homey. Like, it's not, there's a good crowd, but you kind of feel like everyone's like your friend there. Like, they're all kind of in it, like hoping you do well. So it didn't really feel super overwhelming, but yeah, it would have been nice if more than one of us got on base.
Jake got boned by the ump. I got boned by the other team's coach pulling the pitcher and warming up someone.
That's a
just
great
for
point.
me.
Coley had this guy timed up, I promise you.
This
He
other
was,
guy
he was throwing 57.
That's what I mean. Like, I wouldn't have come on here with my chest puffed out. I would have been like, I at least got on. You know, that was the best opportunity for any of us to actually put wood on the ball.
I would have had a shot if that bitch Pap didn't fucking opt out of the situation.
I'm convinced our manager had money on the game, by the way. I mean, this was...
He was
this
fired
guy,
up.
Dude,
I
he
loved
was
him.
so fired up.
I loved him so much.
He's not maybe my favorite person in the world, but hey, it's
Oh.
charity game. We're having fun.
Not-
but he was
not-
taking
not
it
to
so
crap on the guy.
seriously.
Not
Not
to
to
crap
crap
on
on
the
the
guy.
guy.
For him, I don't blame him for hating us a little bit. We kind of earned it. Everybody else was ready to play and win.
But
we're
we
like,
were
we're not
ready to
taking
play?
grounders. We
I
were like, we're
couldn't
not
have
taking
been more
grounders. We're
ready.
not shagging balls in the outfield with
I
everybody.
mean, we were shagging, Tyler. We were out there. We were
it was
shagging.
a little lazy. There were
We
people
weren't there.
putting in
We
more
weren't there to
timing.
play defense.
I warmed up. I told him I'd play. Where I went right up to Skip and I said, "Wherever you need me, other than catcher," which they did need a catcher.
They
at
were
one
begging
point.
for a catcher.
I was
Anybody.
like, I'm not fucking catching, dude. No,
Dude, I'm telling you, the pregame. So like, he's like, all right, man, come on in, come on here, let's go, come on in. I'm like, geez, I'm telling Jacob, like, I think I'm peeing my pants right now. I'm so scared. It's like, all right, we're gonna go to center field, so you got to do a semicircle. You know that. All right, their team's gonna be over there, and then we're gonna go up to the edge of the infield, and then we're gonna go up around the mound. I'm like, when are we doing this? Like, then when is the national anthem? Like, it was overwhelming. I was like
intense.
genuinely, and I don't think anyone like really knew what the instructions were. We're like, all right, and break. All right, now run. Now we got to go. I'm like, Jesus, like I was just trying to survive, man. There was a lot going on there.
Yeah, it was a lot. I love
loved
the
it.
intensity from my manager.
He was intense.
Yeah, like guys would like make plays, but that's how you fucking do it. That's how you make those fucking plays.
early and often. And he
Yeah,
kept
he
saying
was. Yeah. Make them make a fucking play. Make them make the fucking play.
well, I mean, we were
No
super
strikeouts.
aggressive.
Hit the fucking ball. You put it in play. You fucking make them throw you out.
we,
run
were,
hard, run fast.
we were the more aggressive team on the base pass. We were incredible as a unit.
We were a great team.
It worked. It got us going. It
Yeah,
got,
for
you know,
sure.
other people going. Yeah.
Great team. Big win for us. I usually play for the other team. That's the first year that I played for him in that because they had to set it up so that I had to face Papelbon. He wanted Milliken, by the way. Like
I'm surprised it didn't happen. Well, if he did if he pitches 2 innings, he would have got Milliken. You know,
You're lucky our coach did you versus Pap. I'm surprised he didn't put in he's like our best 3 hit against Pap.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
stunned that he went along like with the whole thing. He would not have done that in another scenario.
No.
I could tell he was disappointed when he had to put me into pinch hit. Like, he definitely wasn't
Yeah,
super happy about it, but he threw me a bone. I appreciated it.
He said, Milliken, you're hitting third this inning.
I was like, all right, man, let me get out there. Like, I feel like there were people on the team, like, trying to prevent it as well. At the time, they're like, you sure you really want to hit this inning? Coley, you saw it playing out,
Yeah, they
right? Where they're
were.
like,
They
I was like,
were.
no, I'm ready. Let me go take my
One
cuts.
kid absolutely could not believe you had a helmet on. He was shocked.
I'm like
Well, we had
convincing
like
him.
ducks on the pond. We're like, are we sending Tyler up right now? It's a big spot.
He was like, are you sure you're supposed to hit this inning? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I heard him say, Milliken, you're up third. He's like, all right, do whatever you want then. I was like, all right, let me cook.
I made fun of him pregame because he said he was going to work the count, which I thought was just an utterly ridiculous thing. And he worked the count. I don't know if he did it intentionally, but he was up there with a full count.
I thought I was
Yeah.
seeing the ball well. I really did. The bat speed was just so pathetic. Even watching the video back, I was like, holy fuck. It was really bad.
I haven't seen the
Full
video
count.
yet.
The full count matters, though. We're the
I'll
full
send it to
count
you.
boys,
For
Tyler. That's
sure.
all that matters.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
By the way, I forgot how much I love spitting seeds.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Spitting seeds in the dugout. I could have just done that the whole game. Didn't even need the at bat.
They had a whole bucket of
Oof.
bubble gum. I was just like popping 3 bubble gums in my mouth, chewing them for like 15 minutes, and then spitting it out and putting some more in.
What did it sound like when you're doing that? And then the spitting. Those are good spits.
That's what it sounded like. That's just, that's just ball player shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just, me and the fellows playing ball. Coley said he wanted to pitch and was not asked to do it, unfortunately. I mean, you were, but you didn't.
Yeah, it sounded like we had a shortage of pitchers, and then he had 2 guys go 2 innings in the middle of there. I was
Tyler,
super
actually,
ready.
I'm watching the video now. This is my first time seeing it. Like Tyler, like this guy pitching to Tyler is not slow.
No,
And
By the way, shout out to Tyler because he did a very baseball thing after striking out. He asked the ump if that would have been a strike because you swung and he looked like, would that have been? And you did it with no hesitation. I was like, when's the last time this guy took an AB?
well,
That he's
also after the first, it was either the first pitch or first swing. He did like the Devers. He was just like, all right, I got him now. He just got
He's like, I got this guy
those.
timed up. I'm like, all right, we'll see how the next
Gotta
couple
look like
pitches
you've
go.
been there before. There was an
You-
era.
dude, you had that down. There was that a strike. He's like, yep.
You also I got to be every coach I had growing up looking at you when they were like, I used to get yelled at all the time to bend my knees. And I was like, they definitely feel bent to me. And then looking at Tyler, I just saw like 12-year-old me standing straight up.
My body is so stiff at this point. I don't get it. But I tell you, I feel like I'm wiggling the knees during the home run derby we did for the wiffle ball thing.
Home
I was
run
like,
derby.
my knees were awesome bending, and then I watched the video. I look horrendous.
I would have taken this kid to the moon. I think what I didn't realize,
I'm a reverse splits guy.
what I didn't realize, I guess, in my playing days is that I'm just Rob Refsnyder. Like, I mash lefties. I just see the ball so well against lefties. So yeah, we just need to find another charity game to play and to redeem ourselves. Is what this sounds like.
I will pitch next year. Tell Buck, tell whoever. Like, I will be on the bump. No
Can we
doubt.
please have like the fucking celebrity participant not be someone that's angry at me for no reason next year?
I mean, I'm also gonna hit you. Like
Josh
no doubt.
Winkowski.
Why are you gonna hit me? Why does everyone
No.
want to hit me? I didn't do anything.
I'll
I didn't
pitch
do
to
anything to anybody.
I'll pitch to you, but where it's different, me versus Pap. Like I've told you, I want to invent time travel, so it can be 15 me versus 15 you, when we're both like at the peaks of our powers.
I'm at the peak
right
of my
now.
power
Like
right
I
now.
haven't pitched, huh?
Like 35-year-old Jared against 15-year-old Coley is the matchup.
I'm fine with that too. Like
Yeah.
I'm fine with either of those scenarios.
Yeah, no, I would put that shit like fucking 550 to dead center.
I had a catch with Coley. He had some natural cut on the ball. I was seeing it.
That's right.
That's right.
I do. That's what every catcher I've ever had has told me.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll still smash it though. But
It doesn't get smashed.
well, someone better fucking come up with a charitable cause for tied to
They're
it.
gonna say
time
time
machine
travel.
real soon.
I thought you were gonna say like,
And it's
well, we
time
better
machine.
have a time machine by next year, so
Yeah.
we can figure this out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you'll take
I think
me
there was
deep.
a dude. Yeah,
I was gonna say you'll take me deep if I, for some reason, throw a curveball. It's the only pitch I've ever given home runs up off, and for some reason, I thought I could throw it, and every time did not. Steve,
no, that was the one pitch I swung at was off speed. I'm like, just throw me fastballs, dude. Come on, I haven't taken that bat in like 15 years. Like, what are we doing here? Now, I think there was a dude named Jared that was taking BP, if I'm not mistaken, like a different Jared, and he almost hit one out, and I was like, I'm not going to hear the end of it. If this is actually Jared, because he kind of looked like you too. Was there just a different Jared there that
No.
has a similar build? I could have sworn it was you. They had tats and everything. I'm like, this
There
is,
were-
you're going to probably say it was a homer in the whole thing. I would have too.
There were a lot of similarly built individuals. It's what I love about baseball. Like so many of the same build on both teams.
Nobody
it's-
built like Milliken.
No, Tyler was unique,
Nobody.
But
I
I
hold
was
that
there-
baseball uniform down pretty well, though. It was a little Bryce Brentz-like, in my opinion.
And Tyler, you might have realized this when we were shagging for BP, but I realized real quick that we were basically the only 5 dudes that don't play baseball.
Oh,
that
we were
at
fucked.
this game.
It was scary
Yeah.
almost.
It like basically everybody like play and not just like kind of plays but like throws like 90 and also hits homers. It was basically us, like Phil Perry and Hurley, that weren't like, you know, D1 players at some point.
Yeah.
Well, even just like looking around, there's no way any of us could have played the field. Let's just be 100%. Maybe
No.
Coley thinks you would have felt comfortable. I just looking at it, we would have been cooked with some of the plays they were making out there.
Well, I was prepared to play third because that's like you have to fill out the sheet ahead of time. What positions do you play? I put third, first, and pitcher. Because again, I was just like, these are the positions I played, not thinking like, oh, I might have to fucking play these positions. And I was like, I don't want to play first because you're just too involved. Like, I don't have a first baseman's mitt either. So it's like, I got this 11.5-inch glove. I'm not going to be over there playing first with this fucking thing, trying to make scoops, fucking up the game for everybody. And then the first 2 plays of the game were outrageous plays by our third baseman.
Incredible.
I was just like, I'm thrilled I'm not currently playing third.
Yeah, dude's diving all over the place. That was
He was
crazy.
unbelievable. And then he came in. He was like, I typically play right field. I was just like, yeah, these guys, baseball is not the sport you can take close to 2 decades off from and be like, all right, back on the bike we go. That's just not how that sport works at all.
No. And there's a lot of these dudes have like an air about them where I'm like, oh, you play a lot. You're not just like
Yeah.
kind of playing in a pickup league. Like the dude that's hitting 3 for us looked like he's in the majors. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but
Jared-
the guy whose bat I used was like, oh, you're using my bat? And very quickly I was like, I gladly won't. Like, I know how good you are. I don't want to disgrace this bat. And he was like, no, please, if you get a hold of one, it will carry. And I was like, that's not going to be an issue either. I promise.
Yeah.
The kid who was at third base making the ridiculous plays, Jared Marafiote. the day after where I had posted the lineup and everything, he just quote tweeted it and he was like, I looked like prime Nolan Arenado last night making plays at third base. And I was like, bro, I can't fight it. I can't say anything. All I know is I almost put catcher on my list because that's what I did growing up. And thank fucking God I didn't, because if I had to catch at the end of that game, I would have cried. I would have died and cried.
If Tyler caught in that game,
Oh, we would have lost.
We would have
lost.
Oh. That would have been Veritek catch and wake. Like,
Exactly.
There's no doubt. No, credit to the third baseman. That was Lou hit a ball pretty hard over there. That was one of the first plays he made. And Lou just eating pitches. Like,
I was going to say, Lou also hit by a pitch, and he was just like, I'm all set. I'd like to get a swing here.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, me, you, and Jared, I don't know where you were at that point, Tyler, but I don't think we've collectively been that confused in a long time. We're like, he got hit, right? Like why is he not going to first base? Like, the ball hit him. And now we were questioning if we knew baseball, like if that's what happens when you get hit by the pitch. And he's like, no, this is my last at bat in this game. So I guess he's not doing it again, which I'm not fully sure of the reasoning on that, but he'll probably be involved, but maybe just not playing the game. But yeah, Lou's the best. He hits the ball hard and he didn't want to collide with the first baseman because he probably would have been safe if he just ran through, but he was being a nice guy and took the out.
I've said that to Buck so many times. Like, I'm done playing. I don't want to play. Like, I'll coach first base. He's like, cool, you're batting fucking third, leading off the first inning.
Pap's coming in.
We got you facing Pap.
Yeah. Like, every year, it's like, yeah, we got you facing prime Jonathan Papelbon or like this fucking D1 pitcher who's actively pitching right now. I'm like, what? Fuck, like, I haven't played organized baseball since 2010. Like, I don't know why. It's just like the thing.
Our closer was peppering the catchers. Like, he was throwing legitimate. There were a lot of pitchers who were throwing gas, but our closer specifically, I was like, I'd be bailing out on this kid as he was cocking back. That's how fast he was fucking throwing.
Yeah. I had a great time though.
Perfect night for a ball game too. Oh, great weather.
Yeah,
really nice.
Next year, just give me a fucking at bat against someone that doesn't like do this professionally. Like, just
it's not going to get much better. I mean, you'd argue Pap is a better option than some of these kids.
No,
I think so.
No,
dude, these kids throw so how.
Well,
how
Pap was only throwing fastballs. Some of these other kids were letting the whole arsenal.
But like, what's his fastball at this point?
It was probably mid 80s, right?
High 80s.
I was going to say 88.
Yeah.
For Jared,
Okay.
88, 90.
Yeah, like he.
But there's these other dudes are throwing around there. Maybe.
Oh, for sure.
No.
I want to face the guy who was thrown over the top, who got pulled right before I dug in.
Oh, he was throwing slop.
Slop,
Apparently,
slop.
he donates a lot every year, and that's why he plays in the
Seemed
game.
like a
This
great
was the
guy.
older gentleman, right?
Yeah.
Seemed like a great guy, but that's who I would have
Meatballs.
loved to have faced. Although, again, if I don't get a hit there, I look even worse.
Sure.
Well, the one thing I did after I got hit was I grabbed an ice cold Blue Moon. Because some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. No beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. Tyler, did you have a Blue Moon after the game?
Yeah, I had 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's how I coped when I couldn't find my wallet.
Yeah, so you mentioned that. Tyler, as you know, lost his wallet like 2 weeks ago, and then just in the pre-show dropped on us that he lost his wallet again at the old-time baseball game.
Bozo.
Just had to cancel all of his credit cards, get new credit cards, got them back, and then lost his wallet again. I'm going to finish this Blue Moon read, and then I want to talk about that more. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that is made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that is one-of-a-kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind experience. Perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a Blue Moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It's a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made riders celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. How the fuck did you do this, dude?
I don't know. And it's really upsetting. The only good part of all of this is while I did get a new credit card and a new debit card, my license hadn't come yet. So I didn't lose the new one that they had sent over. But we did have like a weird little locker room setup that was in like a garage area, I'd call it, or something like that. All I know is I had left my wallet there. I'd left some gum there. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there was something else there. But I had got changed for the game. I thought, you know what? I'll leave it on the seat like an idiot. Coley had the right idea all along. Brought a baseball bag, which is what a professional would do so they can keep their shit with them. I didn't do that. I left the wallet. When we all came back, the room was a disaster because we had been sharing it with 30, 40 guys. Jake lost his pants for about 10, 15 minutes and was panicking. I thought Jake was going to leave with no pants. But my wallet just didn't turn up. I looked. I actually went back to my car to see if I had left it in there, came back, looked again, and it was still gone. So I'm just going to admit defeat on this and get another one.
So you lost it at a charity game. These are all people
blow.
that are like good people.
I don't know if I assume nobody stole it. I guess either it fell somewhere or got lodged somewhere. I don't know. But it didn't turn up clearly. I even spoke to the people.
I don't know if they were good people now that we're talking about it.
I spoke to the people
sure.
at the desk and I was like, hey, guys, if anyone has a wallet or finds anything, just let me know. They're like, oh, we have your contact information. Don't worry. And I was like,
At
cool.
what desk?
The one that was right outside the little changing area where the nice lady was at.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it did look like a bomb had gone off.
It was
there
a lot.
When we went back, and it's no one's fault.
No.
It's just that, like, you're changing and there's clothes and bags and everything on top of each other. So
Boxes of
someone probably has
shoes.
Pull it.
Yeah.
While we were all playing, there was one guy who was in there alone. That's all I'm saying.
That would be hilarious.
That's all I'm saying. Guy might have shown up a little late.
If Pap has his wallet, that would be bad.
Just going to chirp me with it at some point.
It's not out of the question.
Yeah, it was a tough blow. I was pretty upset when I was driving home, but I got over it. It's just cards. What are you going to do? I'll just order a new one.
And your license.
Well, no, I hadn't got the new
No, he
license
didn't
yet.
have it.
Any money in there, Tyler?
Couple dollars, but nothing serious. I don't carry a lot of cash. I did lose, actually. I had a $50 gift card to the
My
99.
Chuck E. Cheese card. With
No,
I did
not
have
my
that
Chuck E. Cheese card.
$100,000 bill. I knew I shouldn't have been carrying that around.
Shout out my intern, Tony, who worked with me on Zolak and Bertrand. Awesome kid. He had got me a gift card to the 99 as a thank you present when he left, and I lost it. So that was
You got an
heartbreaking.
intern, Tyler?
You're
Yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to get your intern a gift card, not the other way around.
Yeah,
oh, no.
that's
The
true.
Zolak and Bertrand history, the interns give gifts to the supervisors. I usually get 99 or McDonald's or something along those lines. They know the food spots.
Do you see that being a problem
For them?
for you?
No, I lost it. Now it's a problem.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But it's a way to pay it forward because one of their responsibilities on Friday is to remind me to order my lunch. So that I can eat
Big.
before the baseball hour.
Big responsibility.
Well, I nap
I would
starting
love
at
to
3
see this
p.m.
list of responsibilities if that's on there.
It's near the top. I treat my interns very well.
I don't doubt it.
Someone being like a subordinate to Tyler is wild to me.
That's why,
What?
Tyler, it's no disrespect to you. It's just like
I meant
you're
it
a crazy
with all the
person.
disrespect.
Yeah, it doesn't sit well with my spirit.
Yeah.
You guys, I don't get to be like big bro around you guys because you guys are older than me. But when
Never
there's someone
will.
younger, I'm big bro. You
But
know?
even if you were older than us, Tyler, if you still did all the Tyler stuff you do, I don't know if you'd be big bro.
Yeah.
It's a fair
You're
take.
losing wallets and
You'd be like
you still got
the kind of like the retired bro.
Shout out Travis Shaw. Yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of his Grand Slam walk-off in 2021.
I get
Yeah, I
scared when he
saw that.
starts a line with shout out. I'm like, I don't know where this is
Yeah,
going.
it could be anybody. You just gotta tip your cap to him.
downtown. Yeah, it's gonna that guy.
yeah,
Shout out that guy that jumped off the bridge.
yeah. Tip your cap to him.
Great form.
Yeah, it's a bloodbath. I mean,
If
you were
the
right.
person who
It
if
was
the
a
person who
bloodbath
has
this
my
weekend.
wallet, if they do want to return the gift card and keep everything else, just leave it at a certain location and send me a DM on Twitter. That's
How
all
are
I
they gonna
want.
know that it's yours if there's no license in it?
My name's on the debit card.
Well, I guess.
I just want the gift card. I don't want anything else.
I feel
What
like
if
if you're
we
going to go
just,
through
like-
the trouble of getting everything else, you might as well get the gift card too.
That
Or
is, yeah, you almost
the cards
deserve
too.
Yeah, true.
Good take. I waited to cancel the cards so that I could still order DoorDash over the weekend, but no one charged anything. They're probably listening to this podcast right now, getting ready to run these cards up tonight.
Mm.
Do it.
Please don't.
Hey, what if we just like didn't talk about the series? Wouldn't
I'm
that be
not gonna.
So sick.
I'm not gonna.
We got to talk ball.
Okay.
Oh, your camera cut out. So, got to talk about what?
Ball?
Still didn't hear you. What?
Socks? Ball?
What do you
about
want to
now?
talk about?
We got to start with Brian Bayo.
No. We don't.
Where would you go?
Home to bed.
I
Go to
can't
bed.
call these decisions, so do what you must.
The guy who calls them is telling you. I
Yeah,
do
but
think
they're
I
going to bed.
hear.
Yeah, we're going to bed, dude.
I'm the
That was-
closest to bed right now out of
Dude,
out of
you can
everyone
go to
here.
bed so fast, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I hear a siren on the horizon?
I'm sorry. Did you say a siren? Oh, shit! It's the promo siren. You know what that means? Download the Underdog Fantasy app and make sure that you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's JARED to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Again, JARED.
Yeah, I thought I heard that. That's weird.
I could hear it coming, but
That's
that's
weird.
crazy that your hearing's that good. So, yeah, the Red Sox got swept. It was bad. It was a bad series.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop and look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop and look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What's better than having to stop and shop, getting it done for all of you?
When you,
Stop and shot, getting it done.
What's better?
it's a very funny line when you really break it down. It's like this grocery store is just getting it done for everybody.
What's
And there's
better
nothing
than that?
better. There's
Yeah.
nothing
There's
better.
nothing better than a grocery store just getting it done for all of y'all.
What is that?
I think he just didn't know what to say. What does that even like
yeah,
mean?
like what does it mean for a grocery store to get it done for you?
They're fully stocked. I think everything's stocked up.
He was with a group of children when he was saying it all. Like they were all kind of cheering him on.
yeah, they're like, fuck yeah, Poppy. Every time I go to Stop and Shop, it just gets it done for me. They always have the animal crackers. You know which ones I'm talking about? They're in like the little like rectangle box.
The carton box, yes.
Yeah, and it's got like the
Oh,
string.
those were good.
It's got like a handle on it.
Barnum's?
Huh?
It's like Barnum's.
Barnum's,
animal
yeah.
crackers?
It's like circus cookies.
You dip them
Yeah.
in the apple juice so they're a little soggy when you bite them.
No.
Sorry, you guys don't do that?
You can't dip anything in apple juice. It's way too acidic.
Barnum's
That's an-
animal crackers. Yep.
What do you, Tyler? You dip the animal crackers in apple juice?
Yeah, they're kind of hard. They hurt your teeth when you bite them. I had really
Bro.
soft teeth as a child.
Daddy chill.
True.
What?
What the hell even is that? You remember that? Isn't that the line that comes after that? The dad says it.
I don't know.
That's
We're
the
looking
next
ahead,
line.
right?
Yeah. We're looking at. We're not looking back.
Yeah.
We're looking
Oh.
ahead. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll allow for this. I'll allow for each person on this show, Jake included, to give one take about that series.
Mm-hmm.
One. And then we look ahead. Tyler?
This isn't my take, but when we're going through this, can it be an outlook on the series ahead, or does that count as your take for the series?
Buddy. I literally just said he's got to go. I'm sorry.
One take.
Never been a simpler set of instructions.
Yeah, one thing about the D-back series is we're per instructions, and this guy's like, well, can I talk about the J series in my D-backs review? No, we have a segment for that. It's called the Stop and Shop Look Ahead. Yeah, we're just doing one take. The Red Sox got swept. No one listening wants to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it. So per the rules, one take per person. Tyler, would you like to go first?
No, I need a second.
I mean, I'm sure, dude, you have like 30 takes. Why just pick one?
I want to pick the best one here. I guess I'll start and go first with the first game. Brian Bayo walking 4 in this game. I do think there were some signs of it leading up to it. We've talked about it recently. He had walked 3 guys in his last 3 starts, each one. If you go back to July when seemingly everything started to go in the right direction for him, starting with that start against the Marlins, he only walked 2 guys in any start that month. So now I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Bayo with the command here, because that trends you closer to the guy he was in June when he was, walking guys regularly. I think he hit three different times in the month of June. But you go back to the All-Star break now, it's 10 starts with the 4.21 ERA. The rare time the FIP matches exactly at 4.21. But this was your classic Brian Bayo start where the first inning was a little rocky, and say what you will about him getting BABIP to death, he kind of earned it with those walks that happened that inning and then got bailed out with some nice defensive plays to end it. I look at that 6th inning, and it's exactly why in the last time we talked about Bayo starting in Baltimore, where I was like, hey, when he gave up that homer, I was like, let's see him get through this inning and not kind of go off the rails. Well, guess what happened in this start? He went off the rails at the end of it. If the Red Sox are going to go anywhere, they need Bayo to be kind of the guy he was in the previous 9 starts, not so much this one. And I think you could say a lot of the same for Tanner Houck.
Steve?
Yeah, the Red Sox are terrible on Fenway Fridays, and I'm really sick of it. I mean, part of me is happy this wasn't happening when we were going to Baseball Tavern every Fenway Friday, because that would have messed the vibes up big time. But they are 2-9 on Fenway Fridays, 1-5 since May. Jared, we saw that one win, the Yankees game. Jake was there as well. So it was a game that they probably should have lost, by the way. So there's a good chance that if you run these back, that they would have been just fully defeated in every summer Fenway Friday game that they've had. It's happened so much that to this point, you kind of expect it. Like when I visually see them in the Reds at home, I'm like, okay, they lose these games. Like there's no chance that they're going to win this. And, setting the tone for the weekend series at Fenway, they just haven't been able to do that all season long. It's a minus 49 run differential in those games. In 8 of the 11 home Friday games, they've scored 2 runs or fewer. So they're not even close. I think the average score, I calculated it. I think the average score of these games is 7-2 on Fenway Fridays. So it's been really tough, and it hasn't been setting the tone well at all. I know Cora's talked a lot about wanting that Fenway crowd, that energy, that home field advantage. It just doesn't exist. The Red Sox are terrible at home. And I think it always starts with the team. You got to start winning these games for that atmosphere to be what you want it to be.
Red Sox are 14-20 in the second half of the season. It's like we went into the break. What was it? 55%, Tyler? Chance to make the playoffs?
A little less than that.
They held a playoff spot.
Yeah, 55%. It was like, all right, this is great. Second half starts, and it's just been the whole time. 14-20. I mean, for comparison's sake, the Mariners are 14-19 in the second half, and they fired their manager. So
you're closer to them right now than you are a playoff spot.
Yeah.
I do think when you're mentioning, Steve, to go with your kind of Fenway point, I didn't realize how wild it is for a team, to be under 500 at home and try to make the playoffs. So not only this year, for any team above 500, the Red Sox have the worst record at home. But in baseball history, only 4 teams have made the playoffs when posting a losing record at home. This stat came from Alex Spear. The 2023 Astros, the 2020 Marlins, the Braves in 2001, in Kansas City in 1981. So the 2020 Marlins and the Royals in 81, those were shortened seasons. So that's how rare it is to actually make the playoffs and be below 500 at home. That's what the Red Sox are working against. It'd be historical if they made the playoffs at this rate, playing like
big
this.
Time. And I had put this out there, but it's the Marlins, the White Sox, and the Angels are the only teams in the majors with fewer home wins than the Red Sox. Like, you look at any of the numbers, you go down the list of what they're doing at home, the other teams that are under 500, like you're saying, Tyler, it's White Sox, Marlins, Angels, A's, Tigers, Rockies, Pirates, Nationals, Reds. Like, there's a lot of trash in there. These are all the teams that have given up on the playoffs months ago. So I don't want to try to get a positive out of it. If anything, you're like, how the hell are they still in the playoff race with this being the case and with their ERA being the worst in baseball since the break? But it's the Fenway Friday thing is a real pain in the ass because for us, I just look at it from our perspective. We're always coming off of doing a show, getting our content out there. And it's like, all right, we're normally sitting down at home watching the game. It's a Friday night. People are normally doing stuff and we're watching the games and they suck. And they have consistently sucked in these games. And we love AC. But again, those quotes of wanting the crowd to, it's like, you guys got to win these games. You got to start creating more better habits at home. It's to the point now where I don't know what the deal is with the Fenway Friday thing. It's like a real noticeable shitty product every single time they're out there. They've trailed in every home Friday game this year. Every one. That's almost impossible to happen, but it has.
In a winning season.
That's how is that even? So something's up. I don't know. I know sometimes we joke around and oh, you got to mix it up. It's like there's something there and I can't put my finger on it.
And we can't even enjoy the Sunday Sox anymore. You've lost 3 in a row on Sunday at this point. So that's been taken from us at the same time. But losing that game on Friday, it's such a tone setter for a lot of these series that are 3 gamers. And then you kind of fall into this trap where you lose the first game. You're always fighting from behind at home over and over again. It's just a shitty recipe for trying to take series.
Especially when they need a big, this whole month, they've needed an 8-2 stretch. And you're losing these series openers. You're losing a lot of games at home. Mentally, that just starts grinding on you. That wears you down to the point where I just don't see how they could possibly have that stretch anymore.
I know after the game, Cora was talking and he got asked about, you finally played a good team. You guys got your asses kicked. And he's like, well, we just took 2 out of 3 against Houston and we split 4 in Baltimore. And it's like, well, it doesn't even really feel like that. Losing 3 in a row to the D-backs, coming into Fenway, it's I know a lot of people have said it's been a death nail. It's not for me. It kind of further illustrates how far away you are in a way, right? The D-backs have been the best team in baseball for a couple months now.
But they don't can tell Marte's out. I know Christian Walker's been out for a couple weeks at this point. Gabby Moreno, right? But they don't even have their best
players. And
yeah, but
you're getting your ass kicked. They were better than the Red Sox in every way that you can be better than them. You just don't stack up well against a team like that. So yeah, it was a measuring stick series. And for me, I know what the deal is. I had people tweeting at me being shame on you for thinking that the Red Sox were good. I don't think the Red Sox are some fucking world-beating team. I don't think that they're a team that's going to go to the World Series or win it or whatever. Are they good enough to be the 6th fucking seed in the American League? Yeah, they should be. Or at least that's the how I felt going into the second half. Yes. Well, I felt like they were a team that could be a top 6 team in the American League. But now, it's 2 things, right? The Red Sox have not played well enough to say that they're a playoff team, and the Royals have, and the Twins. Both those teams, it's I used to feel like the Red Sox, at the very least, were better than the Royals. I mean, head to head, yes, they took both series from the Royals, but overall, Like the larger sample, when you've played 120 whatever games so far, the Royals have been very much a better team than you.
You look at run differential, they're plus 96. The Twins are plus 73. The Red Sox are plus 13. The Mariners are plus 15.
Also, I don't have the Royals, like, I don't have the stats in front of me, but it feels like they're the best late team in baseball.
They pitch their ass off.
The amount of times
rotation.
they've trailed in the 7th and the 8th and won the game, it happens constantly. So I know they got smacked on Sunday, but that's a team that you're consistently looking at the scoreboard, and I'm kind of sick of doing it because you know that if the Red Sox won, the Royals won, and typically if the Sox lose, the Royals win anyway. I know it didn't happen in the finale here, but they're really good. They're going to be hard to catch. I was hoping it was like, all right, we'll catch the Twins, but now you're 4.5 games behind both of them, and the Twins have an easier schedule than the Royals the rest of the way.
I think that's the way to look at it, though. If you want to talk the Royals, it's like, all right, they have the Guardians, Astros, Guardians, Twins, and Yankees coming up. Can they falter? And, you know, you went through a gauntlet and you somehow survived. You didn't get yourself fully with the nail in the coffin. Well, you look at the Twins, like you said, and they have an easier schedule. They blow today's game. Chris Paddock is down. Joe Ryan's down. Those guys are more likely than not going to make it back unless there's a week left in the season, and that's best case. They're hoping Carlos Correa can return. Byron Buxton, it's like, all right, well, that team, they need to stay healthy, and they have their own pitching concerns going on right now. And you have that 3-game series against them on September 20th. Can you just stay within that realm of 3 games and get there over the next couple weeks so that when that series comes, you have a shot to kind of pull them, you know, at least head-to-head with you or within a game? That's it.
And the season is over, crowd. You don't get like extra points for just saying that in the replies every day. Like, it's whatever. If you're not going to watch the games and just like politely fuck off, like I'm
so
kind of sick of it, dude. It's constant. Well, you should, like, to your point, Jerry. It's like, you should have known. You should have. Just this team's better than we thought they were going to be. Their pitching has sucked. Their fielding sucks. They make stupid mistakes like they did in the finale with Tyler O'Neill throwing it home. Should have gone to third. I thought you called that out correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yoshida, I mean, we love him, but I'm like, there's no way he's going to be safe here. He was out by a mile at third base. Like, those are 2 runs right there. You lose by 2 runs. Like, that kind of stuff. You can't afford to have that happen. But the season is over, crowd. I'm sick of it because it's like, we've mentioned it on this show, and we mentioned it heading into that 10-game stretch. This is going to be very difficult. You're playing 3 of the best teams in baseball, and they went 4-6. 5-5 would have been fine, but 4-6 with a sweep to cap it off just sucks. Like, that's why this game on Sunday mattered so much. And losing the way they did after Devers, it's his 200th homer. You go up 4-0. Like, Houck's looking. It's like, come on, you got to win that game. But I get back to the, you know, season over crowd. It's like this 2-week stretch. You want to tell me by Section 10 night, we'll know if the season's over or not. I think these next 14 for the Sox are against non-playoff teams. Next 14 for the Royals are against all playoff teams. Like, you'll know by September 9th if they have a chance.
Even tomorrow, like, a lot could happen tomorrow where if you go out and the Blue Jays kick the shit out of you and you lose both those games and the Royals win both games of their doubleheader and you're like, oh, all right, you're 6.5 back. Well, guess what? On September 1st, the last 2 years, you were 7 back. So you're basically where you were those 2 Septembers, and we know how those were framed. The season was done when you got to September. If you show out tomorrow and the Royals get their dicks kicked in, wow, all of a sudden you're 2.5 back.
2.5.
And it's a whole different conversation. It's so dramatic to go day to day right now. It's just, like you said, Steve, they need to go on a run. We all know they need to win like 8 of 10 or something like that and get hot. They have time to do it. They haven't played themselves completely out of it. Doesn't mean you feel great about it, but they have a shot. It's just not a super high chance shot.
But having time to do it and now having the opponents to do it. If you're going to do it, it's got to be now.
And you got Slayton, who's coming back in the next couple days. That's another addition to that bullpen. And Hendricks is aiming for the White Sox series. So at least we kind of have a timeline there now.
Steve's right. If it's going to happen, it has to be now. Because of the way that the Royal schedule is, because of the way the Red Sox schedule is, you have 5 against a bad Blue Jays team. The Royals have 3 weeks against very tough opponents. So, yeah. It's got to be right now. And it is a very unfortunate time to say, all right, now's the time to get hot. Like, you just got swept at home and they can't fucking win at home. It's pathetic how the record of the Boston Red Sox at home in a winning season is just very odd. But yeah, I don't like, as far as like what stood out to me, like I went into today thinking, you know, this is I said can't lose game. You can't lose today. It's like you've already lost the series, and you have to win this game today. And to start off with a 4-0 lead early, what was it? 4-0 in the fourth?
Yep.
4-0 in the fourth. Should have been 5-0.
It went downhill with the Yoshi going to third. It was all bad news from that point on.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
I'm not
Yoshida
going to
gets-
blame Yoshida when Tanner Houck was out there. Like, I do not want to win this game. Like,
Yeah.
it was Tanner Houck
They're
lost
both
this game.
bad.
He's getting blamed
Comfortably.
high for sure.
But Houck
Yeah.
deserves the most.
Houck was not good. But Yoshida doubles, gets thrown out trying to go to third. Connor Wong hits a double off the wall, and it's like, all right, well, should be 5-0 right now. Like, and I'm thinking, if you're a Red Sox fan right now, you're making a mental note, like, fuck, like, it's 4-0. That's great and all, but it should be 5. Like, please don't have that fifth would-be run come back to bite us. And it did. Of course it did. And the Red Sox lose. They get swept. It was not a fun weekend. Like, no part of it was fun other than even when they were up 4-0, you're still sitting there thinking this isn't going to be enough. 1, where was this all weekend? 2, and what's about to go wrong? Like, there's too much time left on the clock here. It's the 4th inning. It's 4-0. Like 4-0 against this D-backs offense is not going to do it, especially with this Red Sox pitching staff, which has been statistically one of the worst in baseball in the second half of the season. Just was not going to get done.
Well, that 5th inning was atrocious because bottom 5, it's like, all right, let's get this back. Jaron walks, Willier walks. Now you got Casas and Devers coming up, and then pop out double play. It's over. Like, at that point, I know they still had a lead, I think, or it was 4-3 at that point.
4-3.
But you kind of felt like, oh, okay, they get nothing there. Doesn't feel great, and then soon enough they give up the lead.
Totally.
It was over the bottom of the first on Friday. Like, Bayo gives up the 2 runs. They get up there. They score 1 run. I believe the base is still loaded, and then nothing. And that's like, it's hard to be mad at the lineup when they've been carrying everything. But even to push back on Steve a little bit, they're better than we thought they were. We all kind of pegged them as a 500 team. They're 67 and 62. Like, they're not leaps and bounds. They absolutely were better. And then we went and Stats tweeted it out the other day. You got what you paid for at the deadline. You went out, you tried to bargain bin shop with shitty relievers, and you've got shitty results. And the teams like the Royals, who went out and overpaid for good relievers, now can hold a tight game into the 9th and walk out of there with a win. It's hard for me to bash the people who are like, oh, this team. When, like, I get what you're saying with we have a soft schedule coming up, the Royals have a tough schedule. That doesn't inspire confidence when we just went through the tough part and got our dicks kicked in. The Yankees just played the Rockies at home. They went 2 out of 3. The Red Sox couldn't beat the fucking Rockies. That's where it's just like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, the season's over. Anyone who ever believed in them is fucking stupid. No, you were right to believe in them. It's fucked up that the team didn't believe in them. That's the part that sucks.
I think like the Fangraphs percentage is where it should be. It's 25%, 1 out of 4 chance at this point. You're not wrong, Coley. It's more. I think overall we've had a more fun season than I think any of us would have expected, and the team's been more entertaining than we expected. But the pitching stuff is what it is. You don't have enough depth, and now these guys are gassed and they suck, which shouldn't be too surprising. Bailey, no one can change that.
Yeah, like Tanner Houck's at this point here right now where. We kept talking about him not missing bats. You look at it, 5 of his last 7 starts, he struck out 3 or fewer hitters. And today they went away from the sinker, which he had been leaning on recently. It was sweeper heavy. And he gets hit for 6 earned and walks 4. Like, the whole thing we talked about with Tanner Houck at the beginning of the season was this guy's a strike throwing machine. He just hitting the zone over and over again. This is what a tired pitcher looks like. He can't hit his spots frequently. He's not pounding the zone. The mechanics are getting out of whack. Cutter Crawford's talked about himself going through, even though he seems to be, in a better place with it. I'll take the 5 innings and 2 earned runs that we got in the second game. But yeah, like some of these guys are just hitting walls that you knew they were going to hit at some point in the year. And that's where you hope, like in this game, they try to get an extra inning out of Tanner Houck because they're trying to play for the doubleheader the following day. That's where you get caught because Going into that 6th inning, did I feel good about him trying to throw another one? No. I was like, I know Tanner Houck's going to explode here. He barely got through the 5th inning on its own. Now we're pushing him for another. But this is where you try to play the balancing game, and it blows up in your face.
I mean, all 3 starters. Last show, 2 shows ago, I said I just need 3 runs or less through 5. And all 3 starters this week can hit that. All of them.
Yeah, Bayo also shit his pants. And at that point for Bayo,
That was a 6, though.
he threw 88 pitches. Like, he needs to be better than that. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not here to excuse anyone. He went through 5 innings, gave up 2 earned. He should have went back out for the 6th. I'm not like thrilled he went out there and was shitting the 6th. What I'm saying is the 3 starters should have been enough to at least be in the conversation. The offense on Friday never showed up.
Oh, they deserve. Rob Refsnyder in the 3rd inning, absolutely 3 pitches and gets set down. Horrendous.
I don't think any of those were even, was he one even a strike? Like if he didn't bring a bat up there, I think he's looking at 3-0. Maybe 2-1.
Was there a foul to start? I don't remember. But he wasn't even supposed to be in the lineup. It was supposed to be Tyler O'Neill, who now has, ring finger inflammation out of the blue. It's just another nagging injury. It's like you just expect it at this point.
Steve brought up the throw today. He didn't do the full flip. He did like a 360 and said this time. So I don't think anyone. What's his OPS? It's still 8 something, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
His numbers are still going to look great, and I can't imagine anyone who wants him here.
No, I mean,
and we need a right-handed bat. Like
875 OPS.
He fits everything we need, and we're just like, good luck, dude. Best wishes.
He misses time, too. He misses time. There was a graphic, I think it was by Brooksgate. Jared, you should check the account out. It's at Brooks_Gate.
Yep.
Yeah, it was saying who's missed the most time in baseball the last 5 seasons. I think O'Neill was first, if I'm not mistaken. So, whether it was the 4th finger on the left or whatever hand it was, I'm like, there seems to be stuff that comes up a lot. But yeah, the throws, we've talked about it on here. It's just, I knew there was a 0% chance he was going to throw the guy out at the plate, and the throw was even worse than I thought. And
much worse.
Like I mentioned, Uke was all over. It's like, you got to go to 3rd there. You got to know your own strengths and weaknesses. Like, if you're not great at throwing to the plate, like, okay, let's at least prevent another run from scoring. Let's not like double mistake here and now make a way worse game situation than it already was. And Tanner has innings like that where a couple walks, all of a sudden you look up, it's like bases loaded. I just went to the bath. What the hell happened? Like it happens fast with Tanner Houck. It's typically only 1 inning that sucks, but
sure,
it's been a lot of those in the last month or 2.
I mean, even the Bayo start, that 1st inning, first pitch, single that like bleeds past David Hamilton. I'm like, sick, thanks. 2nd pitch, single that just bleeds past Rafael. I said, this is awesome. Next batter, Jock Peterson, 4-pitch walk. I said, you son of a bitch. Next batter, Josh Bell, 0-2, Tyler.
I know.
0-2, walks him. I said, what? You're going to be fucking kidding me,
By the way,
dude.
a miserable bases loaded hitter. They put his stats up this year in career. I think he's a 198 hitter with the bases loaded, and you walked him.
Which feels impossible.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be 330 or something. Like, what the hell?
In that inning, you also had the Wilyer Abreu play where he comes gunning home, and Danny Jansen, if he fields the ball cleanly, you get the out there as well. It doesn't. He got smoked on the next 2 plays. The ball was hit hard. I'm not excusing, but that would have been an out.
He's
for sure.
Somebody mentioned the fucking Luis Guillorme at bat where he was.
Oh, he's bunting.
He was
begging
literally trying to give you a free out, and he got walked too.
I don't know what was up with Bayo trying to field the bunts. He had no idea what was going on
first.
there.
Yeah, the throw to first.
That was Danny Jansen.
Yeah, Bayo trying to fucking field a bunt and like thought about it. Like it's a ball that everyone knows to just eat it, put it in your back pocket. He fielded it, thought about it, and then still fired it into the stands.
Like the guy was on first and he threw it. Like he was about to touch first and he just sailed it. Like, what are you doing?
We're just a fucking dumb team, dude. We're just stupid.
It is. The fundamentals haven't been there really since 18. I can't remember 19's fundamentals. Like 18, they did everything as perfectly. Like Tom Amansky comes to the 2018 team. Like he couldn't believe how perfect they did everything.
Yeah.
I can't remember a team since then having like a semblance of common sense. Like not even a shred of it.
The thing I wanted to add real quick with the season's over crowd, it is more probable than not that you're going to end up being correct, but that doesn't mean the season's over. Like these are separate things. Like The Red Sox can't pitch. They suck at fielding, and they're awful at home. I don't know any team that's made the playoffs when that trio's going on. So, like, yes, like the odds are ever in your favor that you're going to be correct, that this is not a playoff team. But it's still like we're not at that point yet. And it does help that the Royals and Twins lost their finales today as well. So you're still at 4.5. Of course, the danger zone is rapidly approaching when you only have so many games left in the season.
Well, I
think it's
subscribe
more-
to Tom Caron's method. It is,
Yeah.
there has to be more weeks left in the season than you are games back. Once you're more games back than there are weeks in the season, that's when you're fucked. And right now
They're
we're
rated
we're-
5?
Yeah, we're dangerously okay.
We got a half game cushion. We're good.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Josh Winkowski, man, I'm at the point with him. I don't know why he's in the bullpen for this team. Seriously, he's so bad right now. It's been a 6 ERA since they pulled him from starting when they initially brought him back up. That's going back to the beginning of July here. But all the issues we talked about with Josh Winkowski, where, hey, he didn't miss enough bats, it wasn't enough whiffs. His whiff percentage last year was 51st percentile. K percentage was 40th. This year, it's 9th and 7th. He's striking out less than 7 per 9. It's 6.4. Like, what are you getting out of him in the bullpen? I don't trust him in any leverage spot. I would just prefer a fresh arm, something different, because clearly what they have him working with, and his arsenal is not a lot different. Last year, he led with the sinker and cutter. This year, it's a little more cutter, a little less sinker. But he is in a really bad place where he's trending, in the wrong direction. He's giving up homers. There has to be a better opportunity. At least send him down to get right, because what you're doing to him right now, he's not a usable arm in any capacity.
I don't even know how much time he'd have to get right. I mean, we got a couple weeks left in the minor league season.
And then when they did send him down and he came back, like nothing was different.
He did have that
he's
nice
likely
little
to
run.
stink regardless, right?
It's just he's so far from even the guy he was a year ago. And the velocity is down a little bit. It's not the exact same stuff, but for the most part, this kind of dramatic fall off for a guy who was one of your best relievers last year. And, I put some blame on them for trying to stretch him out as a starter. They never should have done that. I bitched about that before the season and going into it. I don't know if that factors in. There's been talk he doesn't really mesh well with the Andrew Bailey program. Maybe there's some blame to go there, but it's just not working with him right now. And seeing him at any time he comes into a game, I have no faith in him whatsoever.
I will also say on the Andrew Bailey front, because I'm sure after everyone was blowing him the first 2 months of the season, people are going the other way with it now. And at the beginning of the year, we talked about the Giants year 1 became a league average. And year 2 is when they jumped into that top 5 and stayed there the rest of his tenure there. Same with Breslow when he got to the Cubs. It went from a piss poor pitching organization to jumping up into that top third of the league in years 2 and 3. So yeah, right now I can understand people being frustrated with it all. I'm not frustrated at all with Bailey. With Breslow, I think he kind of gave up on the team at the deadline, and it's hard to argue against that right now.
I don't think he gave up. I think you can argue he should have done more. But I do think adding 2 guys that
Didn't do
should
anything.
be fine 7th inning arms. They did. You got 2 7th inning arms. Anyone who thought Luis Garcia was going to turn into the worst reliever in baseball when the guy's been a high 3 ERA reliever, for years at this point, no one expected him to fall off a cliff like that. That's just bad luck. James Paxton, you want to say? I knew he was going to get hurt. Sure. Who could argue that? That was always on the table there. You can't guess. You don't know. But for the same people that bitch about Chris Sale and taking a chance on that guy with injuries, all right? Well, the Red Sox did it in another capacity with Paxton. Bitch about Danny Jansen. I think that's more than fair. And Lucas Sims, he hasn't looked good. He looked bad in both appearances this series. I can say they tried to do something. Did they do enough? That's the real problem you can have with it. But they did do something.
Red Sox lose 7-5.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, you have anything from the series you want to talk about?
Nah, they just shouldn't have got swept. It was the exact opposite of what they wanted them to do. Would be nice to go to Fenway and watch my favorite team win a baseball game, but just seems impossible right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like we've had the discussion about this year being different and feeling different and all that. It's like they're pretty much like what they were last year. It's just the rest of the division, the rest of the playoff picture is what's different. The Red Sox aren't really that different. Like
It's a different DNA. They got a different makeup.
Yes,
That's
but
for
like
sure.
I'm talking record wise.
But
like
I think
the roller coaster of
expectations-
what the record was, it's about the same as
It's
last
essentially
year.
identical. Right now, they're basically identical to what their record was last year.
Right. So like I don't know, it feels different because the Blue Jays and Rays aren't good. That's it. I mean,
Yeah,
like
typically we're in 5th at this point.
right. Like around this point you're flirting with or are in last place in the division. But because the Rays and Blue Jays are worse this year than they were last year, you're in 3rd. And, you know, you're hovering around that wild card picture. But at the end of the day, like you're not any better this year than you were last year.
I think where that comes in though is
offensively, right?
expectations
I'm
coming
only
into this
talking
year.
wins and losses. I don't give a fuck about
Okay.
like, you know, statistics and all that. It's like, are you winning baseball games or not? And from a pace standpoint, they are about what they were last year.
I think your younger core has had more of an impact this year in terms of carrying the team where it's at right now. And I'd also say I think expectations were lower, at least come opening day after Giolito had died, and you didn't think you were going to get that. And the way the offseason went, it felt like most people, if you were even saying they were going to be, you know, a 78 or 79 win team, maybe you were giving them too much credit in some people's eyes at that point. I think the expectations were so dramatically low going into this year after the offseason that even, you know, getting to the point of the last couple of years felt a little unrealistic for some people.
Yeah, the expectations have definitely changed what the feelings have been up to, and realistically up through the All-Star break. Like
Along with all the
obviously-
injuries that happened along the way, Story going down,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. No, you
Casas, Whitlock.
factor all that in. But if you want to just strip it down to bare bones of it, you needed pitching, you didn't get enough, and that's why you suck. Or that's why you've lost, you know, batches of games. That's why you've gotten swept multiple times in the second half. Like that's why you're in the position you're in. It's not rocket science. Like their pitching has got to be the worst since they won the World Series.
Do you
Like the
want-
last
do you want
5
some
years, it's
bad
got to
news?
be last place. Yeah, what do you got?
Last year, they were actually one game better at this point.
Yeah, they were better. Yeah. Record wise, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we weren't having we're having more fun this year than we have in a little while. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, what is that? You know, equal?
It's literally
on
just-
October 1 when they're not in the playoffs.
The
again.
other teams are just worse this year than they were last year. That's it. There's an illusion that the Red Sox have overcome the odds and everyone that doubted them, they're wrong because they're actually really good this year. It's like, nope, they're exactly as they were last year.
Well,
They're
the
If
whole-
you
actually
just
game-
talk record, if you
they're
just
game
talk
If you
worse.
record,
just- yeah, just from
But
a
that's
record.
all
I think
that matters.
context,
What
I think
else
no, I
context
know.
is different.
I'm not
really.
disagreeing,
really.
but I just
That's all that matters.
15
When-
wasn't as bad as 14, even if they had similar records, because you saw the future up there. Now, do we see the
Yeah.
whole future up right now? No, of course not. But you see some guys like Rafaela, who I think we're all over the moon about, better than we thought he would be year one, let alone year 5.
Yes.
Casas being out this whole fucking season until the last week and a half has sucked because you view him as a key part of the future, a potential all-star first baseman. That's what you hope when you see Tristan Casas, a cornerstone. Devers has been Devers. He's been unbelievable. Willier has made himself a conversation piece moving forward. That was something you kind of flirted with at the end of last year. Now I think most people are like, yeah, this guy fucking rules. Let's keep him if we can. So that's where it feels different, and hopefully those are some foundational pieces. The rest of the team, obviously Duran has been great too, but the rest of the team is just like, all right, now we're just playing the waiting game. And it seems
Correct.
like the Woo Sox have a more fun night. What did they win, 15-0 tonight?
dude, the Woo Sox are incredible. Again, the Vegas thing we talked about earlier this year might be happening.
Vaughn Grissom, Grand Slam.
Yeah.
But when you have Christian Campbell, you know, multi-homer games, Roman Anthony out there, Kyle Teal hasn't even got going yet, and Marcelo Meyer's not even on the field. And, like, they're electric to look at.
The only thing we can get excited about is if they add pitching. Like we can not the only, but like we can get excited about the guys that are coming up. We can get excited about the seasons that guys have had this year, which I definitely have been excited about. But if you're not going to pair it with legitimate pitching, it's all a waste of time.
Well,
That's
they
why
have-
And
it's
it's
so
not like Breslow
simple.
doesn't know that. Like Breslow knows that, but it's like, and he's acknowledged, you know, we got to be able to be okay with parting with pieces and all that, and we'll see what's up with Priester maybe this season and then into the next couple of years.
Maybe in a couple
But-
days.
Yeah, probably going to happen soon. But still, like, until you actually have legitimate pitching, this is going to be a similar, outcome in late August every season.
I don't want to say this is a good thing. I don't even know what the adjective would be. But the Red Sox have a lot of pieces that don't quite fit moving forward. So it's like, yeah, you have all these exciting pieces that are coming up, but they're not all going to fit. So you do have trade assets, but it's just a matter of identifying the guys that you want to keep and identifying the guys that don't have a future here in this organization. So at the very least, it's not like the Orioles organization, like all their top guys. It's like, well, we have a bunch of top guys and they all fit at the major league roster somewhere. So it's going to be hard to part with someone if we need to go out there and get starting pitching. The Red Sox, it's like, yeah, well, we have guys here, we have guys there, and we kind of know where some pieces fit, but they're not all going to fit. So that means that some of them have to go. And that's great because we also need starting pitching. So it's not like you're going to be like, man, we traded this outfielder for starting pitching. That's really going to hurt us. Well, not really, because, we have Roman Anthony who can replace so-and-so or whatever.
It is a great feeling that you could trade a guy. He could actually play well there and you still don't get hurt because you have someone that can just fill in.
Well, that's where like the Christian Campbell thing is getting so fascinating because like we're talking about a rise now where he is tearing up AAA to this level. He's dominated every level. Like if he dominates AAA the rest of the way, he needs to be in play for the opening day roster next year. I don't know how you look at him and say, hey, we probably should keep you on this team and give you a shot to win, a draft pick for us if you win Rookie of the Year. But on top of it all, at least the estimation going into this offseason, you're going to be at $179 million. The first luxury tax next year is $241. So that's $63 million before the luxury tax that you'll have of money to spend.
Buffer though, Tyler. Will there be a buffer?
Call it $225. Let's say they just draw the line there, right? What it's been the last couple of years, that's $45 million. What can you do with $45 million? Now, you still have to replace Kenley Jansen and Chris Martin at the back of the bullpen. You need to figure out what you're going to do there, whether it's Whitlock and Slayton. Liam Hendricks will factor into that. Michael Fulmer potentially as well. But maybe they want one more arm back there if they want to start Whitlock. But you have financial flexibility. You got prospect capital. The needs are so clear to everybody who's watching.
First of all, if they're already thinking about starting Whitlock, they're clearly not going to go get another starter. And
Which would
everyone
be
should be
gross.
fired. Everyone. Top to bottom should be fired.
Fire the peanut guy.
But the other thing is, I was thinking about Seattle, who it seems like every Red Sox fan agrees that the Mariners are a perfect trade partner. Where I think they've been wrong is it's always like, oh, can we swing for Brian Wu? Can we swing for Gilbert? Can we swing? The trade piece they're most likely to give up, they told you this last offseason, is whoever has the highest contract. Luis Castillo is easily the number one trade target if you're looking at Seattle. Now, whether or not you want Luis Castillo is a different conversation. He's better than everyone else we have. So I'm okay with that already. Yes, he makes money. Boo fucking who? We are still the Boston Red Sox. If you're looking at them for a trade because they need offense, like we have the offense, they have none of it. That's who you look at. If I like Logan Gilbert, George Kirby, if they want to give us one of them, great. I'm not going to say no to that. I'd obviously prefer them too. It doesn't make sense that they would trade either of them. Castillo seems like the guy.
I would love that.
Sign me up. It'd be incredible.
I love him.
Castillo's interesting.
Who better to be like, hey, Bayo, this is how I do it. We throw the exact same pitches in the exact same places. Watch me.
It's at that point.
3 years of control. How much? That's like 3 or 4 years of control, I think.
Yeah, no, he's locked down. I believe he has a team option that doesn't vest. 2028 is when you have to start considering it. The only thing with Luis Castillo at this point is, do you worry that he's kind of aging in the opposite direction, right? The ERA, it's gone up for the third straight year.
Regular aging.
Yeah, he's 31. It's just at that point, are you looking the way the Red Sox want to go about it?
Do you worry that he's not aging backwards, Coley?
Yeah, I'm worrying he's not about to enter his prime at 34.
Are you hoping, and he's only going to be 32 going into next year, right?
Correct.
So are you hoping that, you kind of want to target that young ace you got to give up a big package for, or would you rather take on the financials for a Castillo, who you'll probably have to give up less overall, but
Both.
you're going to have to pay for it in
I
money.
think both. I think you need to be
You
doing
want both?
Or
I'm not against that.
Or you go get Castillo and you sign a Corbin Burns, or you sign, and I know this has a million red flags attached to it, a Walker Bueller, who's what 20-6. Like,
But if you believe in your pitching lab, if you think it's that fucking great,
that's the point.
You gotta go.
That's
You
the
gotta do
whole
it.
point. Like, you should be doing both. And we went into last offseason and be like, they need to add 2 starters. They technically added one, but they also subtracted one, and then the one they added died. So you can't go into it being like, we're going to do nothing, which is what they did last offseason. Go trade for a Castillo, or if it's Logan Webb, whoever the fuck it is. Like, go trade for a guy who
Logan
can
Webb.
be a top 3, a frontline starter, someone who's going to pitch for you in the playoffs, and then go sign someone. I don't care how enticing the Baltimore Orioles look. I don't care who their new owners are. If you can't outbid, if that's who someone you want, not necessarily saying that it's someone they want. If you target Corbin Burns as a guy you want and you can't outbid the Orioles, you need to seriously rethink your brand and your image within the league, which we know last year agents were like, hey, what the fuck's going on over there?
Yeah, and I think even with Castillo, if you're talking fit-wise, right, another ground ball guy, your defense shouldn't really stop you that much if you believe Trevor Story is going to be playing shortstop for you with Casas there. Second base is going to be Campbell. Could that scare them where they're like, hey, we think we have a minus defender and Devers at third, at Campbell at second base, and then we have Story at short, who knows how long he lasts there? Does that factor in? But you already lock in Giolito for a spot next year, Bayo for a spot next year, Tanner Houck, Cutter Crawford. No, you're not
start
counting
getting worried
Cutter.
about who you're locking in. You got to watch out. You got to watch out who you're locking in, because then you could be in the same situation again
Correct.
on August 26th next year.
You should
Correct.
have a battle, some kind of battle in camp for that last
I'll be
spot.
honest. I'm not locking in Giolito. I'm locking in 2 of those guys you said. I understand he's here under the contract and all that, but he didn't make it through one spring training. Like, we don't know what he's going to look like. We too often are just like, oh, these guys just bounce back. He's on the other side of 32.
I want him, if he's anywhere close to, first half Giolito of last year and he can eat innings, I think that's something that this team will be starving for. Nick Pivetta, I never want to see him again. Get him the fuck out of my face.
Not
You got to
trading
eat
him.
good innings. I want him eating the goodest innings ever.
Sure.
And if he's just eating shit innings, it's
The
like,
other
who
part,
cares?
I was high on signing Giolito. Like, I don't have a problem with the signing, but it's also, he led the league in home runs yielded last season. It's not like we're signing a guy who's coming off of his top 5 Cy Young finish.
It's just whether you think first half Giolito or second half Giolito is the real one. First half Giolito was like a fine number 3 starter.
Right. And again, they need to be targeting 1s and 2s. I know that's easier said than done, but over this offseason and the following offseasons, there's a lot of them hitting free agency. Don't even get me started if they post Sasaki. If they post him, that's
He
the
won't
number
this
1
winter.
target by far. Huh?
Yeah, he won't this winter. He said he's going to wait till next year.
I mean, last winter, he tried to get posted. In the middle
Yeah.
of it.
When he talks to Yoshida and he gets the reviews on the Red Sox, I think it's probably going to be a pretty simple
Right,
question as
yeah,
well.
that's another reason why you don't fuck over your best hitter. I don't know. It's a weird
Like,
move.
this team fucking hates me. Like, they absolutely can't stand me.
That is a layer of that. I didn't even think you're fucking over a hitter that has a really strong impact on a whole nation
dumb.
of talent.
Really good players,
So
yeah.
dumb.
Kind of reminds me of Manscaped.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The fucking-
Today, the leaders in male grooming at Manscaped are helping us spice up the hair care regimen on your head with something fresh. And no, it's not a new razor or ball deodorant. Get ready for the new game-changing Scalp Buffer by Manscaped. Let's break down why you need to add this to your hair care routine. First things first, check out the thick silicone bristles. They're 100% antibacterial. No more germs hitching a ride on your head. The bristles gently exfoliate your scalp, and the product helps reduce flaking caused by dry skin and buildup. It's got one of the coolest features that it's designed to stimulate blood flow to your hair follicles. Increased blood flow equals healthier hair. The bristles enhance shampoo penetration for more foam and less product use. It's not just about feeling good. A better lather means better cleaning power. That means your shampoo lasts longer. So you can save that extra cash for more important things like a new video game or sports tickets. You can also pair it with the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner from Manscaped for the ultimate hair care routine. These products are designed to work together, giving your hair the nourishment and strength that it needs. And let's not forget the relaxing scalp massage that it provides. After a long day, using this feels like a mini spa treatment. It's a great way to unwind while taking care of your scalp. Plus, the handy hanging notch makes storage effortless. Just hang it up and it's ready for your next shower. Simply put, the Scalp Buffer is your scalp's secret weapon. Its antibacterial silicone bristles keep your scalp healthy, maximizes shampoo performance, gives you a soothing massage, kicks bacteria to the curb, and stores away like a champ. Your hair routine just got a serious upgrade. Take your scalp from zero to hero with the Scalp Buffer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code SECTION10 at manscaped.com. That is 20% off and free shipping with the promo code SECTION10 at manscaped.com. Now we take a break from this Red Sox conversation for a very special guest, Dario Pisano. All right, we're here with Dario Pisano, Saugus's finest, some might say. He sold out. He moved to Hoboken, but we have a long history. We have a very special, important thing that we're going to talk about today. But we're gonna set a little background first, because Dario grew up 20 seconds from my childhood home. His childhood home was on a street parallel to mine growing up in Saugus. And we were actually talking about the Little League World Series. And for those of you who don't know, Dario was on the 2003 Saugus Little League World Series team that was second in the country and fourth in the world. And somehow was the only player to come out of that who was good enough to play professionally. Is that like, does that feel right? Like when you were playing for that team, when you were playing for the 03 team, and you guys were on top of the world, did you think you would be the only one that would go pro off that team?
I didn't think that. We were all good. Matty Muldoon was 6 feet tall when we were 12. I'm like, this guy's going to be a giant. He was throwing 70, so like.
Full Moon Muldoon
and Scuzz was
like the fucking superstar of the team. Like he was the name that everyone knew, but he was like 4'3". And then by the time we made it to the big diamond, he was done. He went to play like lacrosse or whatever.
Well, he threw 85% curveballs at 12. So he couldn't throw a ball when we were 14, but he was happy going to lacrosse and it was a great experience. But I don't know, like I always felt after that experience playing in front of like 50,000 fans or whatever it was, like I wanted to taste that again at the highest level. I was going to do whatever it took to get there. But no, at 12, I wasn't really thinking like, oh, yeah, it's going to be me out of this team. I thought we were all going to like play college together and go to the pros together, as like a naive 12-year-old. But it was a pretty awesome experience as, the whole town was able to follow along and go to Hilltop and Prince Pizza and Kowloon and watch us all play on like a big projector screen. So it was awesome.
I was at the regional games. I didn't go to Williamsport, but I remember going to like the regional games in like Bristol, Connecticut.
Yeah.
There was like, they had like the shuttle buses that would go from Saugus to Bristol for those games. I feel like Dave Ferreira, like because of his like batting stance, he was a psychopath. Like I played high school baseball. He was a freshman when I was a senior. This dude, anytime he struck out, he would like punch himself in the head and like punch poles and shit. I was like, but he was a good player. I was like, maybe he has a chance to get drafted someday or play some sort of professional baseball. Joe Kaz, probably, no offense, Dario, probably my favorite player on the 03 team just because who he became after baseball. My favorite Joe Kazabuski story is he became a Saugus mall cop at the Square One Mall. And there was someone that was like trying to shoplift at Dick's. And I think he like tried to arrest the person with like sex handcuffs. They were like pink fuzzy sex handcuffs
from Spencer's.
Yeah. He's like, this is all I got, but I had to detain this guy. So he tried to arrest someone with sex handcuffs. And that individual, I've blogged about him for Barstool in the past because he spent the rest of his years talking shit about KFC on Twitter for years. He definitely has like the best or like the funniest story arc post Little League World Series out of all you guys. But like, do you ever like, I know that like, that's kind of like at this point, 21 years ago, you guys did like the reunion game last year in Saugus. Do you ever like think back to that and how crazy that was, that the entire town of Saugus kind of like rallied around you guys and you guys had like a fucking parade? Like you guys are basically celebrities when you went back to school.
Yeah, I know. We were on a Cheerios box and nominated for an ESPY award. So we were just
what was it? Game of the year, right?
Best game. It was us.
The Patriots. Aaron Boone's home run.
And like a random Elite Eight game like Oklahoma State. But yeah, then the Patriots beat us. Tom Brady accepts the award at like 25 years old. He shouts us out on stage. He's like, how about that Little League team from Saugus, Mass? You know, the coaches the night before, we weren't allowed to go, but they went to the Playboy Mansion for a pregame. You know, all the dads, you know, like Mike Ferreira's at the Playboy Mansion, like meeting LeBron James when he was 18, 19, and like T.O., and they talked to Brady and everything, and they were like, we'll definitely shout you guys out. We, of course, weren't able to get in there, but you know, the guys on our team, that was probably a good thing that we weren't allowed in there. So
yeah, a lot of scumbags on that 03 Saugus Little League World Series team.
You know how we're still in touch, and I'm still boys with them, and actually a group of them will be at the Red Sox game that we're going to talk about in a month. But you know, they're still around, and we still keep in touch. So
yeah, those were good times. I remember that like it was yesterday. But the game that you're talking about is coming up next month. Tickets are on sale. What's the link, and what do you get when you buy a ticket?
Okay, so I have this on. This polo is for my charity that I'm the director of fundraising for. I know we've talked about it a bunch. I know you used to, you wore a shirt a couple times, Jared, on one of the old, you know, the roundups for spring training. Remember you did that a few years ago. And so it's for multiple sclerosis. My mom was diagnosed in 1998. Jared, you've known her and my family, like we mentioned, for our entire lives pretty much. So as you know, the years go on, I saw the progressive nature of the disease. So I got involved when I was signed as a free agent with the Mets in 2019. When I was in spring training in St. Lucie, I just started like reaching out to the different MS societies and socials and emails. And I ended up getting linked through a mutual friend to our current CEO of MS4MS. His name's Sam Greenberg. He played college baseball as well, and his oldest brother was actually in the big leagues. His name's Adam Greenberg. If you know that story, his first pitch he ever saw, he got hit in the back of the head for the Cubs, and then got back on a one-day contract because of like a petition on the Marlins, and R.A. Dickey like faced him one more. It was an E60 on ESPN, but anyway, we were super compatible. We both loved baseball, and I got involved as an ambassador at first. We throw all these in-person and virtual events to raise money and awareness for MS. So this is our second annual event at Fenway. I was able to, with the various relationships, leverage those from being in the game for so long, even being fortunate to know you and get on this, and you do something kind enough for us to share the message on here. And a couple of my college baseball teammates from Columbia are in the front office at the Red Sox. So we set this up. It is $92 for a ticket, but that includes the admittance to the game, of course, a $10 donation, an orange shirt, since orange is the color of multiple sclerosis, and a specialty made hat that the Red Sox had for us made this year. It's a orange bee, and then our logo is on the back. And then lastly, it includes Caskin Flagon is actually hosting our post-game event. They're providing food and apps after the game, and then they're going to donate a percentage of the proceeds of the drinks. So it's a really cool thing. We're right under the Sam Adams deck is where our section is. We're trying to turn Fenway orange is what we're doing, right? So we have, I think, as of right now, 160, 170, and we want to get the tickets in by September 1st. The game's September 21st, but we want to have a few weeks to send out the hats and the shirts in the mail for shipping. So we're trying to get 250 to 300 people there, and I think we can do it. We're actually going to get the Globe and the Herald this week is posting a story in the paper. So, you know, anything we can do to support, anything anybody can do to support a local guy, North Shore guy, if you can make it, that would be amazing. We have a link if you can't make the game to donate as well. And I can send that to you. It's kind of like, I don't want to read it because it's kind of,
we'll post it on social. Yeah, because like a lot of people that listen to us are from like all over the fucking world.
Right.
Actually, I think today is Marcos's birthday. Shout out to Marcos. He's from Guatemala. So I mean, there's a lot of people from all over the world that listen to the show. So I feel like we're gonna pump the link on our social pages if you can't make it to the game, which is September 21st. And I only know that because I am an asshole and I will be in Kansas City actually, we were supposed to be Kansas City on the 21st. We were supposed to go to Minnesota the very next day, but we just figured out yesterday that the Red Sox are playing the Twins at home that day. So that's going to save me at least a trip to Minnesota. But I encourage everyone listening, if you can make it, definitely grab a ticket because you're going to get a bunch with it, a donation. And then just like the post game too, like what Casca's doing is really cool. So if you're someone that MS has affected personally, or you know someone, this is a great cause, especially if you're a Red Sox fan, to be able to help out in a big way.
Thanks a lot. I mean, I appreciate it. Being part of the game, it's also another way for me to stay a part of the game, right? Like, I've done it forever. I was fortunate enough to play for 10 years, you know, for a long time. I played 10 years professionally for the Mariners and the Mets, and then it's kind of tough, that transition, like doing a normal job now, like working.
A civilian, as we say.
Yeah, right. I mean, working for JP Morgan, I never expected to have to use my Columbia degree. I'm sure it could be a lot worse. I wanted to just play baseball until I couldn't anymore. However, and I was expecting to be on the podcast at someday as a player, as the Saga connection. However, it didn't work out that way.
I mean, we did have, what was that, spring training 2019 when you were with the Mets?
The wheels up tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got on. We were playing the Red Sox. I went on. I met you after the game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, this is a really close second for how passionate I am about something that my mom is an amazing woman, as you know, and her and my dad have given me every opportunity to succeed. They put me, my Donato, my brother, and Gianna, my sister, first. And I would never be where I am without them. So it's a cool way to give back to my family and to be a part of the game. Like when we get on the field for batting practice, my girlfriend and my family, they're like, your eyes light up. Like, I feel like I'm back at home, you know, like on the field. And I'm like, I should be taking BP, but I'll take pictures with my boys. Like, I actually contacted James Paxton when he got traded back, and Tyler O'Neill. I played with them with the Mariners. So I'd already talked to them. They know, hopefully James is okay with his injury. I saw that the other week with his calf. And T.O. has been hurt a couple times this year, but I know he's back. So
just homered today.
He homered today, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's a freak. He always was a freak.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he'll definitely be able to come out, take pictures, sign autographs, catch up with me after I haven't seen him since like 2018. So pretty cool. You know, it's pretty cool to be able to do stuff like this.
So if people want to buy a ticket, where do they go?
So I have a link, right? And we use Fevo, F-E-V-O. It's like we partnered with them.
Yep.
We can keep track of who buys it and how many tickets that way. You know, even on a daily, we get an email. I'm one of the administrators on the site. So they'll let us know how many tickets and where it was the most prevalent and what time of the day and all those kind of algorithm things, you know, that I don't know how they compute it. But it's kind of like, it's Fevo, but I'll send you the link and you can, you know, it's right on our website. You can get through it. Our website and our homepage is ms4ms.org.
The number 4.
Number 4. Yes.
Okay.
ms4ms.org. You can go to our upcoming events on there. And one of the events listed on that menu is the Spreading Orange Saturday at Fenway Park. Pretty self-explanatory. You can click on 3 different links to either buy a ticket to the game, fundraise, or become a sponsor. So we're also looking for corporate sponsors. Of course, the way we raise the most money we raise a little bit, and we love having the awareness piece of it with as many orange shirts as we can there. But the most money is raised through corporate sponsors. So we encourage anybody listening, if they have people that are close, like you said, MS is a cause to them that's very close. If they have their corporate job, they can ask them, and if they have money to give away through like a donor advised fund, or if they have funds that they are looking to give to a great cause, reach out to us and we'll take the corporate sponsorships as well.
Cool. ms4ms.org. Grab a ticket. Pay attention to the Section 10 social. We'll put up links to donate if you're unable to make it to the game. Buy a shirt if you're someone that can't make it to the game, or if you are making it to the game, you're going to get a shirt anyway. But Dario, thank you so much for taking the time and sharing your story, and hopefully the listeners can come through in a big way to help you guys out.
Of course. Thank you guys. Appreciate you having me on, and obviously congratulations on all the success, Jared.
Appreciate it.
Seeing it for a long time coming. Since 2016.
Yeah.
2016 is when you did your first article on when I was in big league camp with the Mariners. I remember, do you want to feel old? Remember the Little League World Series? That was like one of your first articles, but I remember you've been writing about it and doing your own blog for friggin' years before that. So that's awesome. It's really cool to see like how much work you put in and how much success you guys got.
I appreciate it, man. It was good to see you, and best of luck. And next year, I want to know the date like 5 months in advance, so I'll
try, man.
Yeah,
I try. You're so busy. You're everywhere. Last year it was the All-Star Weekend. You were there, and this year it's Kansas City. We'll see where you're at next year.
Yeah, we'll make it happen next year, and then maybe we can get the whole podcast to show up, and we'll try and get people, as many people as we can get to show up and support. So
that'd be awesome.
All right. Best of luck, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Big thanks to Dario for swinging by. And make sure you get your tickets. Appreciate all donations. And grab those orange shirts. We very much appreciate it. Oh, shit! Make sure that you download the Underdog Fantasy app. Use the promo code Jared, that's Jared, to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared. Download that app, Steve. Underdog Fantasy. Jared is the promo code. Oh! All right. Fucking promo sirens going crazy today. Thing is crazy. Steve?
Yeah, I just want to talk to the men real quick.
All right.
I'm listening.
When we leave the house, it's phone, wallet, keys. How's my hair look? But if you're experiencing hair loss, you may not be so confident when you step outside your door.
Yeah.
It's time to get that confidence back and restore your hair with Hims.
Right.
No man wants to lose his hair, but for men, it's actually very common. And now with Hims, the solution is simple. Try Hims Hair Loss Solutions, and you'll be joining hundreds of thousands of subscribers who got their flow back. You hearing this, Tyler? Men, real talk.
Whoa.
The only thing worse than losing your hair is waiting forever for it to grow back. I was simply asking if you're listening. That's why you need Hims, and you can start seeing your hair grow back in as little as 3 to 6 months. Hims provides access to a range of hair loss treatments that work, all from the comfort of your couch. They offer personalized, chewable, oral, spray, and serum treatment options so you can find what works best for you. I use Hims. I certainly use Hims, and it is a phenomenal product that I would 100% endorse. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/section10. That's HIMS.com/section10 for your personalized hair loss treatment options. HIMS.com/section10. Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Stop and shop. Look ahead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead.
Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having a Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
It's a great question. What is better than Stop and Shop getting it done for all?
They
of
just
you?
get it done all the time.
Yeah. Like, what's better than that? I don't know. I can't think of something. Yeah, so again, Connor's at a bachelor party, so we're gonna do our fucking best here. Cause right now it's a 5-game fucking series, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
And they're only listing 4 games on the website, the Red Sox site.
Well, the
Well,
Red
one
Sox have
already
already shifted their starters as well this afternoon.
So the suspended game that's gonna start tomorrow at what, 2?
Sounds right.
Yeah, 205. Yep.
Yeah. It's the top of the second inning. Yariel Rodriguez versus Cutter Crawford.
Nope.
Okay.
Nick Pivetta.
Nope.
And this is literally
Wrong.
the Red Sox website.
Yeah, so the way things are structured right now, they're going to have Nick Pivetta, who was originally supposed to start the nightcap.
Where are you seeing this?
Cotillo has it on his Twitter feed. Cotillo.
Hmm.
I'm having speech issues.
Red Sox win, even dead. Stop and shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Getting it done.
Getting it done. What is better?
That's not like getting it done.
Okay. According to the team, Nick Pivetta will pitch when the suspended game resumes and the Game 2 starter is TBD. What the fuck? Originally, Pivetta was slated to pitch Game 2. The Red Sox also announced their starter for Tuesday is TBD. That was originally scheduled to be Cooper Criswell's start. The club will then turn to Brian Bayo on Wednesday and Cutter Crawford on Thursday to finish off the series. Tanner Houck is in line to pitch Friday night's series opener in Detroit.
I'll also add, there is some talk, depending, I think, on how the, resumed game goes. Criswell could technically start the nightcap game, but they could go a bullpen game if they feel like they're in good shape on that front. Quinn Priester is lined up to start Tuesday, so if they need to call him up, maybe even for a day and send him back so they still get that extra year, that might be on the table, but it doesn't look like Dick Fitz is coming up.
The Blue Jays are expected to use Jose Barrios on Monday, either as their first option in the suspended game or as their starter in the nightcap. Yariel Rodriguez is on tap for Tuesday. All right, so basically no one fucking knows what's going on. This is going to be a shot in the dark, Stop and Shop, look ahead prediction. It's a 5-game series, and it's just going to be wacky. It's going to be, dare I say, fucking unusual.
Ooh. Yeah.
All right, prediction time. McMahon.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Ooh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I said they'd win 1 out of 3 this fucking weekend. They couldn't even do that.
Yeah, I know, but this is against a bad team. The D-backs are at least.
Last time Vladdy was here, he was like, man, oh man, is that wall nice and short.
You're right. T-Dog?
So the Blue Jays are having their best month of any season right now. They're 12-9.
Of any season ever.
Of any season, I think they've had better
season.
months.
Excuse me.
Their
best
12-9 month is the
season.
best record they've ever had in a
They
month
had a
in
walk-off
franchise
homer in the
history.
World Series, but this month is
This is
better.
the best month
Yes.
they've ever had.
This has
Okay?
been their best month of the 2024 season.
Got it.
While the pitching isn't great, they're 20th in ERA. That should be good for the Red Sox offense. their bats have woken up, 7th best OPS since the All-Star break in baseball.
Mhm.
But the Red Sox are 4-1 against them this season. I'm a little nervous just with, a bullpen game already seemingly going to happen tomorrow in the second half where, things could go off the rails and ruin kind of the rest of the series and how they build it out. But I think this Red Sox team has always kind of punched their way out when their back's been against the wall. Give me 4-1 in this 5-game series.
Wow, that is overzealous. Steven?
Yeah, Danny Jansen becoming the first player ever to play for both teams in the same game. I normally care about this stuff, but for some reason I just haven't been able to get there.
Feels a little forced.
Yeah, it's like, well, he got traded, and so that's why I don't know, whatever. But I'll act like I care on Monday. Sox are 29-35 at home. The Blue Jays are 29-35 on the road. That's one of those. Oh wow, would you look at that? Red Sox have allowed the most runs in baseball since the break, and it's by a lot. It's 27 more runs than the White Sox, who have given up the second most runs. It's bad, dude. We are really watching the worst staff in all of baseball by a good stretch. To Tyler's point, the Jays are tied with the Yankees for the 6th most wins since the All-Star break. They're playing good ball. Vladdy's obviously, he's got to have 5 games. How many homers is he going to hit on the Lansdowne? It's going to be a lot. And I'm still going to say 3 out of 5. I think it's a team that you can beat. Will they beat them 3 out of 5? Who knows? Going to the first game on Monday, and it feels like I haven't been to Fenway in months, so that should be a fun time.
You're going on what day?
I'm going with Elaine to the first game on Monday.
The suspended game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not gonna name any names, Steve. But yesterday got a phone call from, let's just say, a player on the team.
Mm-hmm.
And this player was like, where the fuck are you guys? Like, why aren't you guys here? Like, we got called out for like not being around, basically, after the game yesterday.
Maybe that's why they've sucked at Fenway.
Maybe.
Have they tried winning?
I think they've definitely tried to do it. I don't know that
I don't know if there's a lot of evidence to suggest that.
Nah, I agree.
Is this a player that's complained earlier this season about a similar issue?
Mm-hmm.
I have no
Sounds
clue
about
who
right.
this is. There's a chance I talk to this person in Dallas. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll be there Friday. That's the White Sox series, right? The 6th, September 6th?
Next Friday?
Next Friday.
Mm-hmm. So we got them all covered. We're going to be there
We'll
like
be
every
there.
game. So this
We'll be there.
person can't say anything.
You were just there.
I was just there.
By the way,
Yeah,
Jerry, that
you were in
was
the booth.
that was very funny.
What?
That the dude's like, yo, Jared, where are you at? And you're
Yeah.
in the photo.
Yeah.
That was, I
Right there.
All right,
So I met him afterwards, and I guess he was kind of like a father of like a Section 10 fan, I think, maybe. So the guy took a picture of like the Section 10 section and was like, yo, Jared, where you at? And I was like, I'm literally in this picture.
I thought that was the joke. Like he knew you were in the picture.
No, he didn't
No.
know. He's like, my son literally called me and like made fun of me for that.
I'm literally in this photo. Is very funny.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Well, the only yellow shirt you see in the entire fucking crowd. You
know.
pop more
Yeah,
than
to
anybody.
To be fair, there was a gentleman wearing a squid hat who took
He
a
was.
lot, drew the eye.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have been more in the photograph.
Yeah. But when he posted the picture, he genuinely did not know that I was in the picture.
You had
No.
to see that and be like, oh, this quote tweet's
Oh,
gonna do numbies.
It was like I was thinking of that the other day. It was almost too easy. It was like having like an empty net goal. I was like, there's no way you just set me up for an awesome tweet. Thank you. I'll take the empty netter, but yeah.
Tip your cap to him.
Yeah, you just gotta tip your cap on that bloodbath. Did you give your prediction, Steve?
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Jake?
Going with a classic 5-game sweep here.
Wow, didn't go reverse.
No, it didn't go reverse. You only get a certain amount of times to get a 5-game sweep, so I'm going with that. We said it earlier. It's got to be now, so give me all 5 this week.
Okay. How many people went 3 out of 5? Milliken and Tyler? I mean,
I went
Milliken
Milliken
and
and
Tyler. Yeah, Milliken and Tyler did.
Milliken and Tyler did? All right,
Mhm.
so because anytime I say Steven Tyler, it sounds like I'm saying the fucking lead singer of Aerosmith.
I was named after him.
Were you really?
Yeah. Shout out my dad. Suspend me for that, Coley? That's just wrong.
That's interesting.
What did you go, Coley? 2 out of 5 or 1 out of 5?
2. I'm not a monster.
Yeah.
Ooh. I want to go 3 out of 5. I want to go 3 out of 5. I don't know that that's
Fucking
the
do it.
right pick,
Yeah, just do it, dude.
but
Fucking-
anything more than that, I have nothing to suggest that they're capable of anything better than 3 out of 5.
It was bad that when Tyler said 4-1, I'm like, oh, geez, like, no way. Like,
This
that's
fucking guy.
4-1 against the Jays, like, that shouldn't be that crazy, but that's where we're at.
All right, I'm gonna go 3 out of 5 here.
Cool.
Okay, boom. And if you want to go to any of these games at Fenway Park, any of these 5 games, then download the Game Time app. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste any time searching through thousands of tickets. I used the Game Time app actually twice on Saturday because I went with my dad, but then I was like, oh, my mom wants to go, so let's use the Game Time app and get some tickets for my mom and my sister, and they can go sit the fuck way over there. That's what they did. They couldn't sit with us. Game Time Picks curation makes it easier to save on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. All-in pricing. Toggling this feature shows the total upfront with no surprise fees at checkout. Get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. The lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry today. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10 for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the promo code SECTION10, SECTION10 for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? It's game time.
I like that. Is that their phrase?
And it is now, I guess. I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, brother. Okay. What's the weather going to be for the next 20 days that this series is happening?
Yeah, this series is going on for the next month at Fenway Park. The weather look ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your motherfucking mouth.
As we've mentioned many a time, the Sox are hosting the Jays for technically a 5-game series this week at Fenway Park. Game 1 is Monday. It is a resumed game from June 26th in the second inning, 2:05 p.m. Eastern first pitch. Isolated thunderstorms for the first game of this series, 72 degrees. 30.
Make sure that you sign up with the promo code Jared. Download the Underdog Fantasy app, promo code Jared, Jared, to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code Jared.
%31% chance of rain, 9-mile-an-hour winds, scattered thunderstorms until 6 o'clock on Monday. That is right ahead of Game 2 on Monday. 7:10 first pitch for that one. Mostly cloudy, 68 degrees, 18% chance of rain, 3-mile-an-hour winds. So hopefully that first game doesn't get moved around by the thunderstorms. We're trying to play 5 games in 4 days. Tuesday, Game 2, 7:10 first pitch, partly cloudy, 74 degrees, 3% chance of rain, 8-mile-an-hour winds. Wednesday is Game 4 of the series. 7:10 first pitch, thunderstorms, but 76 degrees.
Whoa! 76 degrees.
That's not it.
Fenway. On which day? Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. No unobstructed views this week, by the way. I don't know why. It's just not on the schedule.
What's the song you normally play?
Dude, I got so many fucking things over here. I had to do something
Isn't
quick.
it like dun?
It's our positivity horn, right?
There we go. So 76 degrees on Wednesday, Game 4, 61% chance of rain, scattered thunderstorms until 10 p.m., 9-mile-an-hour winds. Thursday, Game 5 of the series, 7:10 p.m., first pitch, mostly sunny, 64 degrees, 1% chance of rain, 7-mile-an-hour winds. It's going to be pushing the 50s temperature-wise by the end of Thursday's game. Not in love with that. But that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, boy. All right. Final thoughts, Tyler?
Just some minor league thoughts. You want to hit the song?
It's coming soon.
Down on the farm, we'll be trekking Eddie's goat milk down on the farm. Wake up the kids, tell your mom, talking Red Sox prospects down on the farm.
So, Roman Anthony's been absolutely killing it at AAA. Homered on the 23rd and the 24th. The one on the 23rd went over a scoreboard. Absolutely ridiculous, but he's now hitting 320, 382, 560 with a 942 OPS. Just unreal stuff for a guy who's 20. Then you have Christian Campbell, who's become, his bash bro down there. 5 games, had a multi-homer game the other day. Same game that Anthony had also gone deep in, but he's rocking a 1052 OPS. And I think the big news of today, congrats to 2022 first round pick Mikey Romero. Got the call up to AA, has looked absolutely insane for really the last 2-ish months, where he's rocking a 1012 OPS, 175 weighted runs created plus, 8 homers. Had a little thing a couple weeks ago where he had a grounder come up and give him a concussion, which probably stalled this, if anything. But with Christian Campbell going up, there's now room for Mikey Romero in AA. I think he's going to be a piece that gets floated in just about every trade conversation, but nice to see him get his stock back on track. And, a good look for Heim in some of those draft classes that, Roman Anthony gets all this love and now Christian Campbell as well. Here's his first rounder that's, making noise too. And best friends with Marcelo Meyer, so that's a cool storyline to follow.
Call it.
I got nothing.
I mean, listen, I'm with... What, Tyler? It's final thoughts. Final thoughts. Final.
Well,
What?
Since Coley wasn't going to use his, if someone was going to use it, I would just like to say thank you, but also no thank you to the people who have been sending me Photoshop pictures of me shitting my pants in Brockton. I was not the guy who shit his pants in downtown Brockton. I know this probably sounds like I was the guy who shit his pants in downtown Brockton, but it was not me, and don't believe those photos. Thank you.
Shout out that guy, though.
Shout out that guy. Tip your cap. Steve, final thoughts?
Yeah, Jared, we said we were going to do this. I didn't want to do this, but we got to call out the guy that didn't pay for the Section 10 sign that we auctioned off.
Yeah.
It was, I think, a $455 bid that won the sign that our guy Matt made, with all proceeds going to the Jimmy Fund. And we got someone, it says Chad Sonka. You got to be a buttface, Jerry, to not pay when you win an item when all the proceeds go to charity. So I have a little bit of sympathy because I'm hoping it's a situation. I did this back in the day. It's 2006, where I bid on an Xbox 360 because I just used to love bidding on stuff on eBay. It was like my favorite thing to do. And I bid like $350. There was like 5 days left in the auction. I'm like, I'm not going to win this. I just want to be a part of it. And then I won the item, and I did not have $350 to be spending. So my guess is that someone might have been a kid. Face. I'm a buttface. I was a buttface. Mm-hmm. I used to be a real piece of shit. My guess is that there was a kid that made an account, because it said created account the day we made the auction, by the way. The day we put the auction out there, that's when the account was made. Mm-hmm. So my guess is that that's what happened, and then bid, and then all of a sudden, wait, I won. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But either way, we're going to relist the item because it has not been paid for. We've given a lot of time now, so did want to mention that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Brock Holt coming up on. It happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I did that with the Wii Fit back in the day, and then my mom actually paid for it, and I found out how overweight I was.
There you go. So we're butt faces. But Brock's coming up on episode 500. Very excited for that.
Yeah.
Section 10 shirt map update. We've gotten 21 of the 30 parks down. Shout out to you guys for taking Section 10 merch picks at ballparks across the country. Get your merch at section10merch.com. Lastly, I saw a pigeon get hit by a car, and then a seagull ate it. And
ate the pigeon?
I started eating the pigeon. I just feel bad for the pigeon.
Circle of life.
Yeah, I feel bad. Saw it happen in front of me. I tried to fly away. Car hit it.
Circle of life.
Fuck the pigeons. They're all government spies. If you think those things are real animals, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Start doing some research. They're programmed, I promise you.
We're talking about a pigeon that just got ran over, dude.
Fuck the pigeons.
Tyler. Come on, just
you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Tyler.
You ever seen a baby pigeon?
Yep.
No, you haven't. You never seen an old man pigeon either, have you? Because at night they go on these little electrical wires and recharge so they can keep, exploring the towns and the cities and getting footage.
No one's spying on you. Watch you fuck your pillows at night.
I don't fuck my pillows at night specifically.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
As I was saying, R.I.P. to the pigeon. Just a really tough way to go, and it was sad to see.
Jake's takes.
Tyler, are you aware that your title as the biggest 99 superfan in New England has been stolen?
Yeah, I saw that lady. I'm not impressed. She claims she's been to 199s, but it's really not about the locations. It's it's about the amount of food you eat. And I know I've beaten her a million times over. She can't put it down like me. And fuck Kevin Majori for posting that 99 order that came to the Sports Hub. It was mine, but there was no need to post it online. People did not need to know about
Kevin
that.
a lot.
He's the best. I love that guy.
He's a great guy. He's the nicest guy, and you just yelled at him for no reason.
He knows how I feel. One of the greatest men to ever come out of Saugus.
Felt like there was an insult in there, but I guess there wasn't.
One of the greatest?
No, I know. I was sifting through it. I'm like, no, he's clear.
Okay. All right. We'll be back on what? Fucking Thursday night?
Thursday. Yeah, episode 500.
Christ. With Brock Holt.
B-Dog. B-Dog. We're boys.
Have you done a show with him yet, Tyler?
Yes. He I believe there was a joke made about my mom's vagina after we finished recording last time. That was really funny.
Yeah, it is.
Cole,
funny.
you remember, right? I think you were there.
I don't remember your mom's vagina now.
It was about my mom's roast beef and the podcast.
Right, we gotta go.
Yeah,
we gotta get out of here.
We gotta go. All right. Sorry if we couldn't bring you guys up after getting swept. I mean, we did our best. But...
Floppy lips Phyllis.
Oh! Oh, God.
Don't talk about Deborah like that.
I was going to use her real name.
Yeah, no,
her name's not Deborah. I made that up.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotta go. All right. I love you guys. Bye.
Buenas noches, amigos.